Howdy, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to this week's development stream. I'm LiquidOtacon, and I'm joined by all kinds of friends today. ETPC, my co-host, and
Hello.
October, and Jester, and Ungle, who are all people who are part of the team, and Rainbow and Glacier. So today, I know that we said last week that I really wanted to do some multiplayer with the community or something like that, and I mean, I really would have loved to have done something like that still, but as we pull into this week, I felt like it was still important not to lose focus over what we were doing here, and so we are going to try to knock out some of the very final touches on some of these last levels here. So today we're going to be cleaning up a lot of Penthouse B. We're going to be working on a little bit of rooftops and study and hotel if we can get it in. So thankfully, a lot of the stuff in all of these is just some kind of like cleanup work and like some brush work here and there. So hopefully it shouldn't be too bad.
All right, let's get this started.
Let's rock.
Let's see.
Let's rock.
All right.
Hello, Kajormatron.
So lots of stuff has been changed about here. Chew just updated it, so let's check it out again first. Let's see what updates have been made and what changes work here, and kind of go from there. Well, of course, before I was pinged on something. Oh. Before I get started, Chew just DM'd me with a new copy of it, so let's go ahead and pull that. Awesome.
Yeah, stuff is happening super hot and super fast at the moment.
Yep.
Like, I check in on like the server like maybe 3 times a day, and like just constantly people are saying like, "Yo, I got this done. I got this done. I got this done." Like, it is coming together. Like, yeah, I cannot wait.
Yeah, it's some good times over at the development team.
It really is. I'm literally debating on getting a bottle of champagne at some point for when the day happens, and just literally popping bottles.
I mean, I got a bottle of whiskey ready for the moment, so
Fucking A. I mean, that's probably more thematically appropriate.
yeah, exactly. There's no wine in this hood. It'll be good.
Well, I mean, it's the opening of the Lady Killer, right?
I
Hey,
know,
Gamester,
but like,
how are you?
So we got the whiskey, but where's the stooge?
Yeah, exactly.
oh yeah, don't worry. I got like this antique cigar set.
Oh wow.
I still have the cigar I smoked half of when my niece was born, so.
Ah, that's great.
That'd be a good one. Not that I really like tobacco at this point, but anyways, so a couple of things to show off here. First off, I know it looks a little funky right now. We have to make some final adjustments here, but we have the black pants for the Duke kick model now.
Hell yeah.
There you have.
Fucking A.
Is that a VSP hole right there? Ooh.
Don't look too closely at it.
Ooh. I'll mess with that. Take a look at it. We've got some updated Duke. We updated Duke mesh here. Some updated colors on his face and his skin.
Yeah, check it out.
That's looking so much better.
Look at those arms.
Some updates on his stomach there as well, and his get up in general. Okay.
The neck area is looking really good too.
Oh yeah. No longer is Deadite Duke within our memory. We are now living in a post-Deadite Duke era.
Exactly.
Oh, but don't worry. If you still like Deadite Duke, you'll be able to play them in multiplayer.
Yep. We got lots of funny plans for multiplayer.
Sunglasses. Yeah.
We do need to get League Duke with sunglasses.
Who's that handsome devil?
For sure.
Oh, that's
Rainbow says, I feel like it's actually a bit too colorful.
Nah, it's fine. We can just...
Yeah, that's something we can definitely like tweak as like feedback comes in.
I'd buy this
Too
for
much
$1.
color. The gloves are perfect. Yeah.
God, I love that gag so much. If only we could have the briefcase open. That would be a fun post first light edition. I just want to say hello to 20Adisto3 and Gapester92. Hello. I think I said that before.
This pistol in the mirror is black.
Yeah, I noticed that. I don't know what happened there. How do we check it out?
I mean, look, he's holding a weapon, right? I meant to bug this. The door that on the wall, does that open all the way now? Because in our build... Fixed. Okay, alright.
Nice. I'd communicated that to the mapper on my side, so there wasn't any...
Right, okay. Uh-oh.
Cool. I think it was because I got stuck in this geometry, though. Yeah, I don't think it's actually a BSP.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Whew. Yeah, I don't think it's actual BSP. I think it's just this getting clipped inside of a texture.
Pistol has, like, code for turning the pistol gold if Duke touches it. He's King Midas.
Yep.
You know what? Yeah, we could just, like, say,
that is how it works.
Yeah.
That literally is how it works. The pistol is black until Duke touches it. But I swear it was gold in the... I swear it was gold in the 3D view model before, so I wonder what happened.
Who knows?
Let's see here. Is this still... Alright, so this still
Palmer,
needs to be adjusted.
There's a EDF dropship who crashes into the pool.
Yep.
Yeah. Dynamic entry.
This needs to be changed to the new texture, but that's not a big deal. So this BSP hole was fixed and cleaned up? Yeah, it was. Good job, Chew. Oh, whoa.
Oh.
I don't know if you are,
$1
Oh no!
Have the vertex issues been fixed with some review models? No, because I think that's going to be something that is a far-off fix when we...
what do you mean by the vertex fix?
Like a vertex swimming?
Oh, yeah, no, that won't happen until all of the viewport models are replaced.
Yeah.
Oh God, what just happened?
Oh no!
The problem with that is that the trolley, whatever the name is, actually clips a bit.
Yeah, but it went down.
It went down.
That's the wrong way.
Dude,
No,
this
I
has
don't
been
think
really
able
messed
to
with.
go
Look
that
how far
far.
away this is from the base, too. Alright, this entire thing needs to be tweaked, but it looks like I'm able to use it to get back up. Well, that's fun.
The reason
Duke
this
has no
used to
need for
happen,
physics.
the reason this used to happen was when you jump towards an interactive already, you automatically would default to down, I believe. So I think this is a similar situation where we're just interacting with it when we're far away from it, because it's a bit pushed back.
I can't say that I still like this Vegas background. It's really awesome. This Vegas backdrop.
Yeah, this Vegas skybox is just a goddamn work of art.
Okay.
We got better load screens now, so they don't cut to black, which is like, yeah.
That was pretty big. I'm gonna make this just a titch smaller here. Okay. So all this was actually pretty solid.
Fucking A.
So
yeah. So in the E3 trailer, when the EDF ship attacks the sign, they shoot at the letters until it says die. So yeah, we have that in our build too.
Yep.
That's been there for a while, I think.
Yeah, it has.
Still a really awesome touch.
So the BSP monster shows up around here, I think. Just making sure. Alright, let's wait until she's dead. Man.
You should also be able to see it from the entrance, or the opposite entrance, I believe.
It's like over here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fesh, we're trying to be very detail-oriented the way 3D Realms was. Like, really try to, color in all the squares, so to speak.
Okay, I think we're good.
Captions are in.
Yeah, captions are in. The reason captions aren't working right now is because they're working through the editor.
Yeah.
Okay, I think because the BSP was in this like pool area or the hot tub area, right?
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, that doesn't seem to have the issue anymore.
Yeah.
Righteous. Okay, the pre-broken glass is an interesting one. Hey, this actually fell off that time.
You should make it so you can take the bullets for the maid. What do you mean, Fesh?
You mean so you can like get in front of the bullets to take them instead, so the maid doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I hear. It's a scripted event right now.
Yeah, we were talking about like ideas for modifying this sequence, weren't we? Like you and I.
Yeah, we have talked about that for sure.
Yeah. Again, everything is subject to change, depending on like how what makes a better flow and makes more sense for like the player's actions. So we're definitely thinking about all that stuff, but we're also like we got shit locked in, and we don't want to mess with too much stuff.
Okay, so this glass isn't actually on grid. It's not lined up with the rest of this, it doesn't look like.
Interesting.
Let's try to, because I'm trying to, one of the issues that we have is that the glass is sometimes broken before you like get there. So let's see, what is this going to be? This is going to be penthouse bedroom. Yeah, see, the glass is like in front of what is to be this window.
It could be a teacher for the ego system where Duke loses the ego if an NPC dies. That's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I should say that it's not that we necessarily don't want that, because as ETPC said, we have a number of times talked about doing something to that effect, like having some kind of. Is this a second? There are two. Sorry, there are two zone event things here. What if I get rid of that one? We have talked about doing something like that, though. The trick right now is going to be, so there's actually a enemy that is a helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the games files. I think we messed with it on stream like weeks ago.
So yeah.
And ideally, that would probably be like what does the sequence, so it can actually hurt Duke. But with the way it's set up right now, it's just easiest to leave it as it was originally, like as it was in the leak, which is as a scripted sequence right now. Yeah. It still would be a map trigger. It would just be the sequence would work out differently.
Right. The player would have an interaction with it.
Yeah. Looks like those zone boxes are too big, too. Oh, and that also messed with the zoning of all of that.
Uh-oh.
Interesting. No, this is okay. This is okay.
Okay.
I'm just
Whenever
really...
you say mess with zoning, I just recall when we were working on something in Chapter 2 and everything was just underwater for a while.
Oh, yeah, Booty
Island,
I
remember that.
Yeah, Booty Island. Yeah.
And it also didn't fix the issue. Oh, and the glass is also not here.
Choose in chat. Hey,
Hey, Chew. Huh.
Hello.
So the glass is like clipping through something, maybe? And that's why it's shattering before its place?
The RPG and jetpack, those are kind of decorative items.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just there to get broken by the attack helicopter here.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's look at this glass in the 2D view and see what's cracking.
Speaking of the water world, what's the map called?
Booty Island?
Booty Island thing. I can't wait to see it with the track I made. In
yeah. Gapester asks, speaking of decorative stuff, will there be anything referencing Duke Nukem 0 Hour? I feel that game doesn't get enough love. We got plans. I'll
Things
say
are in
that's
order.
We've been approaching the game with the idea that like if it's Duke, it's canon.
yeah.
So as far as stuff like that goes, like I don't know that there's any exact. I don't know if there's any actual references right now, but
No, not right now.
I believe that that definitely is something that we will be
Yeah. I think
approaching.
Spider-Man is kind of the one who's really into that idea for certain sequences. Once again, I need to play 0 Hour. You know what? I'll play 0 Hour over the holidays. That's what I'm going to do. I'll play it in between Yakuza 3.
You know, here's a bit of a wild idea. Since we were talking of secrets in what kind of secrets are gonna be when it comes to secret maps and whatnot, why not make it so that you take one map from each of the side games that you rebuild in Duke Nukem Forever?
That'd be fun.
Maybe we will.
Yeah.
Although I never played 0 Hour, so I don't know what iconic map there would be. But I know which iconic maps Time to Kill had.
Yeah. I know Wump is the one in our community who really is like the heavy 0 Hour liker. Yeah, Chalmers Duke Caribbean doesn't get love either. That'd be a fun idea.
Nah. See, what you got to do is that you got to dedicate an entire secret level to Nuclear Winter.
No,
because that is the best expansion.
Absolutely not. I will leave this project if we do that.
No, think about it. Think about it. You could.
Nah.
There's unparalleled success to be had. It'd be the most
Wait.
based reference of the entire game.
That
Nah.
reminds me of something. Hold on.
Nuclear Winter was the worst, man.
Oh man.
Someone was talking to me about Nuclear Winter like a week or so ago and trying to find the image they sent me.
Oh man. I to this day I still don't know what they were doing, what they thought they were doing with that one.
It was a cheap like cash in. That's all it was. Apparently, someone Chubarda is saying too late. Someone's already doing that the Nuclear Winter map. So God help us all.
Found it. Where's the? There we go. Oh, Mike General. They say that this was a drawn over image or something.
Oh yeah, I think that's literally from the ending.
Yeah, that's from the ending.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
I
That's so like. I wonder if they had a budget. I wonder like if they straight
did
up
not.
like oh my god. Like I wonder how long it took them through that together. Like did they make this in like 3 weeks? Like Extreme Paint Brawl.
Think about it like this: considering that half the maps are just the first few maps of episode 1, but backwards.
Yep. Oh yeah, I remember.
Really?
Yeah, seriously, the first 2 levels are literally just the first 2 levels of Hollywood Holocaust backwards.
And then E1M1 is in there too.
Exactly.
Like it's just like I think
Wait,
there's
wait. E1M1 from Doom.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yeah. Fesh says, would those secret maps be like the Deja Vu stage, or would it be Shadow Warrior remake / Doom 2016 style, where it just hides a chunk of level in the stage?
it would be a completely separate. It would be like Doom, Duke 3D, where you completely load into the level and.
Yeah.
A whole new place for you to explore.
Yep. It's a fully fleshed out new level. Yep. Okay, don't know why there's a duplicate one of those there. We'll get rid of that.
0 Hour is a really good game, but it's pretty tough, especially when the developers ran out of time to implement checkpoints and balance the damage output for the sniper enemies. That's the beauty of save states. You can just like push through that bullshit.
Oh yeah.
It's like I'll put my checkpoint wherever I damn well want to.
Is 0 Hour considered abandonware?
I mean, like.
It released on the Nintendo 64 and hasn't seen a re-release since.
Yeah.
At this point, it's all up to you how you obtain it.
Like,
Okay.
Personally, my thoughts are that, like, every game before 2005, unless you can publicly buy it, is, like, it's free real estate. You know what I mean?
Go wild.
I don't think anyone will come after you if you play a Brahma 0 hour. I don't think the police care about that one.
Could you
Oh,
imagine?
The police
Could you
don't care about that one. Yeah, they get a call and they're just like, "Huh? 0 hour? Oh, fuck that."
In the fucking SWAT team.
Hold on a second. Are you saying that someone pirated an emulation version of Duke Nukem 0 Hour? Holy shit! Okay, listen, we're going to
strike the house.
Don't strike the house
Don't give
and
them any
burn
ideas.
down everything.
There is one thing you go wrong. It wouldn't be SWAT coming in. It would be pickups. Come on.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You just
exactly.
sit there, the pick cops would come over and like knock on your door, like, "Hey,
Or
we don't want your arrest, asshole."
Or the original developers come over to your house and seize your assets.
God.
Where's your Duke license, asshole?
For some
Duke
re-education.
license. Oh Christ!
Oh, my Duke license? Wait a minute, it's in my pocket.
I don't have time for this shit. He just starts beating you with like a nightstick.
In the words of Swans, nobody beats you like a cop. Rainbow says, "Hey, at least it's not like Duke Zone, where like the maps are stolen maps made by fans." Yeah, remember when that was like a huge problem? All those like Doom and Quake and Doom collections that just like straight up said, "I'll have some of that," and just like scraped FTPs and didn't credit anyone and thought it was like that was okay to do.
Yeah, the
I bought a Quake map CD-ROM back in the day, and pretty much all of it was stolen content from other people.
Yeah, like it was just like, what a shit show that was.
Yeah.
Oh man, that actually kind of reminds me of how some of these crappy expansions would have like really jank custom enemies. I think there was one specifically, this one expansion that had this like giant snake as a boss. It looks incredibly jank.
Was that Shrek?
No, not Shrek. Not Shrek. No, it was. Oh wait, I found it.
Is it the Anaconda map?
No, for Duke Extreme.
Oh, I never even played Duke Extreme. I thought you were talking about Quake.
Yeah, here it's this snake
God.
here.
Oh wow, that's a
Extreme.
that's really something, huh?
Oh yeah.
This looks like something they wanted to use for Hexen 2, but then thought otherwise.
Yeah, exactly.
They also replaced the pistol with a quote-unquote silent Uzi.
Oh, I've never seen that.
And it's
So,
literally
I have an
just
image
like,
of it.
I have
I
the
have an
picture.
image of it. No,
Just
I got
the
it. I
Duke
got it.
pistol, but the crappily
There it is.
placed. Yeah, there it is.
Oh wow.
It's the Duke pistol. But
They also replaced the Devastator for some reason.
Yeah, they did. They made this
Oh,
model for it too. Hold on a second.
They
Let me
also
find
added
it.
like a fucking knifing feature, like it's Call of Duty.
Yeah,
good God.
yeah.
What
Here
a
it is. Look
time
at
that was.
here. Take a gander at this trash. Look
Well,
at this
knife-
thing.
And like the
God
knife, it
dang.
wasn't just like a sprite that appears; it was a sprite that moves, so you could just see
This
the
does-
cutoff point of it.
This looks more like an Unreal Tournament weapon than a Duke weapon. Like
It looks like you just pulled it
That's
from Unreal 4.
exactly.
Wow.
Oh my
Good God.
Well, probably still better than the fucking weapons they had in DNF's multiplayer, you know.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, hang
Oh,
on,
yeah.
Gabe. So let me try to do my best Michael Giroux impression. Nobody beats you like a pig cop.
Yeah. I can confirm that.
Fesh says, "This is my first time tuning into these dev streams. I'm being myself for not tuning in sooner because this project's a godsend." Well, you
Oh.
chose a very good time to get in.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
You chose the very opportune time.
Very rich time.
Looking for the weapons in Dino 2011, and one of them, I can only sing Gearbox went, alright, fucking, what do we name? Alright, tits, that's right, fuck it, we're done here. Ship it.
Yeah.
The 2011 multiplayer weapons are just such the weird mishmash of everything they thought of. I mean, we had a literal grenade launcher called the Noob Tube.
Yeah?
Like, good God.
Pretty sure it was
wonder-
the fucking pistol that literally did not fit in the hand view model.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the burner pistol. I need
Yeah.
to get an image of it.
I found-
Like this.
yeah, there it is.
Oh wow.
It doesn't even look properly
It doesn't
modeled.
even fit.
What the heck?
Jeez.
This model is way too big.
Nice.
That's some nice engraving on the back though.
Oh yeah, it's nice, but like, oh
looks
my
like
goodness.
It looks
You
like one
could
of his
certainly call it a
fingers.
Derringer, I guess. You know.
It looks like
It's
it
there.
looks like one of his fingers is fused with a gun or something.
Yeah. Gabe Sir asks, Liquid, is that bathroom still a nightmare to work on, or has that been resolved? Which bathroom are you talking about? The one in Penthouse A?
Or the one in studio.
I would assume the studio one.
Yeah, because there was the one in studio that we like sat here and.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's been like fixed for like months.
Yeah, studio. Okay.
Yeah, it's been fixed for a long time.
I mean, it's kind of like the PS20, only that's hit scan and it's insta kill.
Oh god.
Okay, sure.
One of them is just the sticky bomb with fucking obnoxious red particle effect.
Yeah.
Alright, I've got no idea what's causing this. I mean, we'll scoot everything back a little bit.
Yeah,
Putting the
PS20
phone
is
down.
definitely like the joke weapon in Deus Ex.
Single shot plasma. Yeah.
It does like it's such a slow projectile too, and it does like barely any damage.
Also, your accuracy is shit, so you can't even use it half the time.
Yeah. Gabester says, this is my first time tuning in live. I've only been catching up on the YouTube posts. Welcome.
Welcome, yeah.
Howdy.
Dude, I don't get it.
Welcome.
Welcome. In this stream, we talk about crappy Duke projects and also laugh at how jank this engine is. Because this has not been... time has not been kind to this iteration of Unreal Engine.
Tim Sweeney, please open source Unreal Engine 1. It's a beautiful day for it.
Think about it. I mean, hell, if Miyazaki can announce Armored Core 6, you can release the source code for Unreal 1.
I know
What's
you got it in
stopping
your
you?
pocket. I know you got it in your pocket, Tim. Come on. Just
Yeah,
like,
man.
you know, just share with everyone else. Share with the class. Or you know what? What would be even easier if you just lift the license agreement in old Unreal to let us share code and shit.
Might as well.
Man, that would
Be
be
like
really something.
Yeah.
John
I should
Carmack.
do.
Think
Be
about
like
it,
it's
Tim.
yeah. Be like Carmack. Be like its software back then.
Yeah, be a
Yeah.
chat.
Well, be like Carmack in certain ways, on all the ways.
Not all the ways, no, but
Yeah.
in terms of
Being cool.
yeah.
Be a cool guy, Tim. Gabe just says, I've only worked on Maya software, so I'll take your word for it. Unreal. Yeah, we're so this project we were looking like ages ago when it first came out, and like they were using 3D Studio Max for most of it, based on what we could tell. So this is like pre-Maya.
Okay, so the glass isn't broken on the Elite version. I didn't think so. So let's look at what the difference is.
NAS is still
I think they were using
Wow.
Bones Pro 2 for animation. I've never heard of that software. Bones Pro 2.
maybe it's something someone made at home.
Hey guys, I made this in my spare time. What if we use this for a motion capture engine?
I mean, I don't know. The most used stuff was like Havoc
Yeah.
This stuff looks the same, more or
and
less.
things like this.
There's no mention of something called Bones Pro on Wikipedia, which makes me think it is extremely not well known. 3ds Max and Character Studio back in 2001. Yeah. Yeah, Duke's enormous tool. I feel like that was something that I knew back in like 2008. I remember reading that like that's what the engine, like what the editor internally was called, thinking that was the funniest thing ever. Because God, what was it? I was talking with the Dead Space Twitter account in 2008, and like they were asking like, what are some like good like video game development jokes? I just like posted that, and whoever was running that Twitter account was pretty into that idea. Shout out to whoever you were who was running the Dead Space Twitter account in 2008. I enjoyed talking with you.
I don't know if he's even here, man.
Let's see if that.
Hey, you never know. This is going out into cyberspace, so it'll get picked up eventually.
There's
The mess-
something called Bones Pro for Unreal 3D and Unity.
Okay, maybe that's similar. Maybe.
And also Bones Pro for quality fast scaling for Autodesk 3ds Max.
Okay, that's probably what they were using then.
Okay, so even just replacing the glass from the older level, it still happens, which means that there's something triggering at the beginning of this level that's causing that to happen. So, are there any always triggers? There are.
Is that what's causing it?
Start music, water show, start map. Okay, what is tied to start map? Well, so always triggers are triggers that go off always, as the name implies, but it's more specifically immediately. Trigger mesh channel 2. Okay, that's something totally unrelated. Water show, start music. I don't even think there's music on this level.
Not yet, anyway.
Right. Oh, it's just casually playing the ambient sounds. Okay.
Jesus, Bones Pro Studio is 1,200 euros to use.
Oh,
Oofa doofa. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's actually like less expensive than some other like software packages.
So, what else?
there are software packages that are way more expensive.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like some real
Hang on.
developer kits. Like really big developer kits.
Oh yeah.
With
Like
multiple softwares in a bundle.
mm-hmm.
That can be very expensive.
Yeah, I don't think it would be. Also, hello.
What is this?
And also, if you want to license something like Unreal Engine, that's very expensive as well.
Well, what's the cutoff? You can use all features until like you make 10 grand or something. Remember correctly? Like there's a limit to how much you can make with like the free version, and then like they start knocking on your door. Yeah.
Right.
I'm back. Randy Pitcher detected I was making fun of his video game, so he disconnected my internet.
Damn.
Yeah, that'll happen. We try not to invoke him.
Yeah.
His power is great.
This one is strong with the force.
What if Randy Pitchford plays the first slice?
I should hit him up.
No thanks. I'm good.
Would it give it a 7 or a 7.5?
Oh Christ.
You'd pull a Bethesda and go like, this is good, but it's not up to our quality standards.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I played his games.
I'm still really angry about Braid 2.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Oh, objective trigger.
Prey 2 was a very sore wound for me. Oh.
Same.
Especially for what it meant for like Human Head. Like that really caused them to go into like a death spiral.
Yeah, just damn.
And then like the worst part is that Bethesda won in the end because they did eventually get them. They just like renamed to Roundhouse Studios. And are they actually like have they announced anything they're working on, or are they just like a support studio now?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if they're actually making anything. That'd be the most suppressing part. Like they didn't actually get a chance to make their own game. They were just like stuck making like textures for Fallout 76 or something.
Maybe it's like the Raven situation where they
Yeah,
just
exactly.
produce, like Raven
Yeah.
software, just making stuff for someone else.
Let's see if Moby Games has anything.
Dude,
Drone
this
Type
makes no
Studios.
sense.
Oh wow, they're not even on Moby Games as a studio.
There is
Interesting.
nothing on them.
And I still can't buy the first spray for some reason. It's not
Well,
on
that's
Steam.
because
It's in
what was it?
Rightshell.
So not only is it in Rightshell, but it was a really weird situation where when Prey came out, 3D Realms was betting on like a different digital distribution platform. I forget what the name was called. But like that's where they originally released Prey. And then when Steam blew up, they went, "Oh shit, we got to move this to Steam." And then when they transferred the rights from 2K to Bethesda, they ran out of keys, and like apparently like the way to make keys has been lost, like in the transition. Like it's a real fucking mess. Like
Tragic. Truly, because like the game's fantastic.
Yeah.
That was another rented it from the library and then found an OCD crack for it online and played it as a kid.
yeah,
I
I
think the
have
Steam version does still get updates from like silently.
yeah it's like little packaging updates. I do have the Prey CE in on my shelf with the tin box and the little figurines and everything.
Oh, very
Nice.
cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I bought that day one because I was like, new 3D Realms games, sign me up. And yeah, I adore Prey 06. It has issues, but I really like that game. Like, it is
Made a really
shockingly
good
good.
use.
Like
Yeah.
recently,
Made a really
it's
good
been-
use of the Doom 3 engine.
It's
Yeah.
one of the
recently
best
it's-
games.
seems like-
It's one of the best games using the Doom 3 engine ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really can't dispute that. I mean, well, I like Wolfenstein 09 a lot.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah.
Wolfenstein 09 was interesting because of the open world hub
Yeah, the
mechanic.
hub base.
But I also thought that eventually started being the detriment to it.
I agree. Like, I kind of wish, like, after
It's
a certain
the
point in that
American.
game, yeah, like it just became like, okay, I'm just shooting the same Nazis over and over again. Hello.
Howdy.
I've heard you guys talking about
Right.
909.
Yeah, I really liked Wolfenstein 09. And
Very
then, like,
underrated.
yeah, I really wish Enemy Territory Quake Wars got a re-release because I think that game deserves a second chance. Like
That game was a
I
lot
do
of
too.
fun.
Good. Yeah, that's another CE I have on my shelf.
I don't have the CD, but I do have the box copy of that.
Nice.
I do
It did
have.
get a Steam release at one point, but like it just got delisted at some point, and it's like,
yeah, it was
man,
some
that
weird
made it-
licensing thing. If I believe.
It was a cool way of continuing the Strog storyline.
yeah, and like I'm on record for being a Strog liker. I'll say that publicly. I
found
like
another
the
one?
Strog.
A fellow Strog enjoyer?
Yep. I think the Strog are a really fun like enemy. Like they're
I do too.
they're body horror alien Nazis. Like I don't know where the downside is there.
I mean, it's a
I think
shame
it's
that Quake
just
was
people
what it
get
was.
Like-
mad that we don't get to shoot Eldritch Abominations, which is
Yeah.
fair. However, I think the Strog alone are a very, very interesting enemy faction to fight.
Yeah.
People just shit on 'em for no good reason, I tell you.
Well-
The Strog, I like the Borg if H.P. Lovecraft fought them up.
Yeah. And it's like the reason why people don't like them is because like Quake 2 was made in less than a year and it shows, you know what I mean? Like they really they turned that game out in a way that damaged them as human beings based on Rocket Jump.
Yeah. Even more so than Quake 1.
Yeah, like just a brutally quick turnaround.
Crunch. That was a brutal crunch as far
Yep.
as I remember. I mean, Quake was crunch as well, but Quake 2 was even more crunchy.
Quake 2 was crunchy, and then you also had Paul Steed yelling at you the entire time and calling you a pussy.
Poor Steed, man. Poor Steed.
God.
Dude.
That fucker.
I will say this about Paul Steed: he was incredibly important to the development of 3D art in video games, like in that era. Like he was critical to it. As a
Yeah.
human being, he was possibly the worst person in the games industry at that time. Like, just the man is like should be in the dictionary for the reference to misogynist. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
remember Crackhor?
Oh yeah. Remember when he said on the Jace Hall show that, like, what was it? He's not misogynist. He just enjoys objectifying women or something. It's like, that's very normal to say of you.
Yes. Regular human behavior.
Yeah.
Yep. Gabeser
It's
says,
just-
I still enjoy Quake 2, especially the N64 version. Yeah, the N64 version is really cool for Quake 2. If y'all haven't played that, it's a really fun, like, linear remix of the campaign. And, like, the levels are much more bite-sized, and there's an Aubrey Hodges soundtrack. It's really cool.
And
There's a
it's,
fun fact on my. There's a little fun fact on my side. The first time I ever played Quake 2 was on the PS1.
Yeah, that port's great. I had that as I actually played that after the PC version. I thought it was a
If you-
fantastic port.
if you
When I
play
eventually
through... Sorry.
I played it through actual hardware, so it was me being young and thinking, man, this game is hard. And then I
Yeah.
eventually played it on PC and it was like, this is not the way I remember it.
No, they just didn't understand the DualShock controller at the time. No one did.
If
Yeah.
you play through Quake 2 today, it's really... It can get really boring because there's a lot
Yeah.
of backtracking, and if you backtrack, the maps are really empty.
Hmm.
And I know there's a lot of emptiness in Quake 2.
What I
Yeah,
saw,
there really is.
this is gonna sound a bit wild potentially. What I saw in Quake 2 on my side was a bit of Kingpin. Kingpin does a bit of a similar mechanic where you have these specific hub areas.
Mhm.
Kingpin has a lot more for you to do in them as you go in between them. Quake 2 is, well, it's just, I guess, proof of
Yeah.
concept.
I think that was just something that was in the air at the time, though, because you also had, like, Hexen 2, and you had Take No Prisoners. You had all kinds of games that were experimenting with, like, hub-based design. Like, it was just like someone mentioned it at a GDC talk, and everyone was just like, "Oh, okay, that sounds a great idea," and they all went to the same sessions.
But Hexen 2 did it better.
Yeah, Hexen 2. Hexen 2 got like a remaster that like cleaned up some of the puzzle progression and like made things a little bit more clear. I think that game would like play really well today, to this day.
Oh yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. It's great.
Yeah, it just needs some cleaning up. Like someone just needs to make a mod that cleans up a little bit of that game, and it is good to go. Gabester says, I hope they remaster that version one of these days. So the issue with the remastering Quake 2 is apparently the way that the DLLs work. Like, because with Quake 2, they switched everything from like Quake C and stuff to DLLs, and that's been like kind of an issue for all kinds of things. Also, hello to everyone who's joined. But never say never. I could see Night Dive doing a remaster of that, like.
Yeah, but
Maybe
maybe
they
they
know.
should quit. Maybe they should cut it down a bit, in terms of backtracking and stuff.
Well, I don't think like it's in their identity to like modify games that way.
Maybe not,
But it
yeah,
would be.
that's the one thing that's bothering me about Quake 2, that it's it can be so boring, like I said.
Especially
Me-
the mines unit. The mines unit is just like so dull.
Yeah, just slog around in there with nothing to do, no enemies.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's basically sewer levels.
yeah.
Sorry, Savvy.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
There are good sewer levels in this world.
No, there are. There
The
are definitely good
Witch.
sewer levels. Yeah.
When you
Mirror's
think of a
Edge-
good sewer level,
Mirror's Edge's sewer level is beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Well,
The Last
the main
of
reason
Us.
that's beautiful is because it's a realistic sewer level.
Yeah. I haven't played Last of Us. I'm waiting to play the remaster when it comes to PC next year.
Yeah, I think that's got a pretty. I guess I don't know if it's necessarily a sewer, but it's like an underwater partially underwater building. So I feel like that counts.
Ooh.
Medieval Choose Your Level was a bit long in the tooth at that point in the game. So I don't know if I'd consider it great.
Yeah. Remo says ETA for the first slice. I am winking at the camera.
Yeah, very soon.
Very
We're-
soon, friends.
You're not at liberty to say.
Yeah.
Yes. Chalmers says, was never into American McGee's games, so Quake 2 was an exception. It was a good game, despite the criticism. Yeah, it's a solid game. I mean, it's still an id shooter, but yeah, there's like the map design suffered a lot because of its like super fast turnaround. I don't know if I'd say American McGee had like anything to do with that, because I think Tim Willits.
No, it was Tim Willits.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this on stream: fuck Tim Willits.
Yeah, screw Tim Willits.
Saber Interactive says I right back.
Yeah, like fuck that guy. Holy shit! What a
Dick.
Gum. Anyway, Gamester says, Night Dive just amazing what they do. I just wish they could really work on knowing this forever. I feel like every day I hear that there's like incremental progress there being made, because like as bad as mergers are, apparently the Warner Brothers like Discovery merger has made some progress there, because there's people there who might be more into the idea at Warner Brothers, but we'll see. That's nothing like I've heard one way or another. It's just like rumors here and there. But I would love to replay those games. Like, oh my god.
No, I just want Atari to let them fix Fresh Supply, for fuck's sake.
No, that's never gonna happen.
Yeah, if Atari was now just like an Embracer Group holdings company, then
Yeah.
fuck, they probably would have.
Yeah, exactly. Like Atari is just
You know what
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You know what I want?
What's that?
Where's my PC version of Turok 3?
Oh yes, please.
Yeah. I would actually like Shadow of Oblivion and Rage Wars like in one collection. That'd be a good package.
You know, Rage Wars was Quake 3 before Quake 3, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Beat it to the punch.
I do still want a new Unreal, like, or let's say a remaster of Unreal 1 by Night Dive.
Steven was in the news recently talking about how they would like to remaster Unreal, so never know.
Oh yeah. Honest to God, a Night Dive remaster of Unreal will be so nice.
Yeah.
Because you could pave the way for a lot of unique mods and stuff for that situation. Plus, it also means that the multiplayer scene for that will probably get a bump.
Oh, for
What
sure, yeah.
What I would be
And,
curious about if they do make an Unreal remake is if they're gonna use their own engine, the Kex engine, as an in-between renderer kind of thing,
Oh, they
or if
totally
they're
will.
gonna use Unreal.
I think they would absolutely use Cax.
That gave us an official remaster of Nerf Arena Blast.
Oh, fuck yeah,
Oh.
let's go.
Yes.
Oh
That game
God!
owned.
Nerf Arena Blast.
Oh my god, I love that goddamn game.
I
Oh,
remember it
man.
when I was young. I tried it again recently and I can't say I love it anymore.
I just remember as a kid, like, even though I loved like UT, Quake 3, and like Half-Life, I remember playing the demo of Nerf Arena Blast being like, you know what, this game is honestly kick-ass.
It's okay, we gotta see.
honestly thought like
It was a tournament, it had to.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when I played that as a youngin, and early, like when I grew up, I was like, hold on a second, that couldn't have been real. That was just like some crappy mod that someone made.
Yeah.
There's no way that somebody actually made a Nerf arena shooter.
Yep. And it was like some PR company who made it, apparently. That's the wild part.
It
Yeah,
was
like it was like Chex Quest. I was like, for the longest time, I thought, oh man, Chex Quest is probably just some weird mod that people.
meme.
No, dude,
Yeah.
it came in cereal boxes, bro. Yeah, man.
Oh,
no.
Chex Quest.
Just fucking imagine, man, you're opening a cereal box and there's a game in it.
Yeah,
I would
man.
lose my shit.
For real, though.
I wish I got that experience, because like I don't think we got checks in Canada. I don't think that was something we got.
No.
Fun fact, the only game I got from, I guess, cereal boxes at the time was Rayman M.
That checks out.
Raymond.
Ubisoft was
Or
like,
Rayman Arena.
Oh.
Ubisoft was super weird about the thing. Like, I remember at some point you could buy cheese and get Beyond Good and Evil with it because they just were so desperate to offload like copies that they were giving it away with just, like a brick of cheese.
Remember when Burger King just started giving away their Xbox 360 games?
Oh yeah, Sneak King, all that.
Sneaking.
I
Hey, if we're
remember.
talking, if we're talking about remasters, I want Amarine's Project Swarm.
That'd be
Yo.
fun.
Oh, go that game. Go that game. Ooh.
The only reason why it blew is because it had to work with an N64 controller.
Yeah, absolutely.
We
I
had
remember
people-
that game being jank in a bad way.
Didn't have a PS1 port too that was like really compromised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Beefy putting out a racing game called Beefy Too Fast for You.
That's a hell of a name.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, probably is.
But most of these novelty games, I call them novelty games. Yeah, like most of these games, it sucked.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Some people in the chat saying, Gabe just says, yes, Turok 3 and Rage Wars. There were two versions of Rage Wars, a black cartridge and a regular gray cartridge. The latter was only mailed to those that complained about a bug in the black cartridge. That's right. I remember hearing that, like, apparently the
I
fixed
own the
version.
black cartridge.
Oh, really?
The Turok 2.
Oh, wow.
Are you talking about Turok 2?
That's incredible. The gray cartridge apparently goes for, like, a shit ton of money on eBay nowadays. And then Falsey just said, Penthouse B getting so complicated, it looks like a Doom 3 map in Radiant. The wireframe views, at least.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What was the map called? Oh yeah, Alpha Labs, right?
Yeah.
A little fun fact.
Yeah.
Nerf Arena Blast theoretically got a sequel. In
Oh,
VR.
yeah. I remember reading about that.
I don't know if it is, but it didn't look appealing.
Wasn't there a recent Nerf shooter that was like really terrible? It was like it was like rotten the microtransactions.
There is an arcade game.
Oh yeah.
I think
Nerf
all,
Legends.
I think all Nerf
Nerf
games
Legends
after the
is
original
like
Arena
his
Blast
worst
have been
game
bad.
list. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, Night
like-
Dive, where's my remaster Big Rigs Over the Road Racing?
You know that's never going to happen. It's not.
Again,
It's
isn't
like-
that another arcade game?
Right,
No, that was
game's
a
just
PC
too
game.
perfect.
No, but I
That
mean,
game
isn't it
It's
an arcade
hard
game?
to believe that
don't
that
think
game is
so.
going to turn 20 next year.
That's hard to believe.
I have found the crappy Nerf game. It is by the name of Nerf Legends, and
Yep.
I can already tell from the art style this is not good. It has a mostly negative of 29 reviews.
Yeah.
This was released in
Oh, yeah, don't
2021.
forget, if we're talking about crappy PC games, don't forget that white supremacist shooter game, Ethnic Cleansing, is 20. You believe that? It looks worse than Quake.
To
Yeah.
be fair, that was on like a really bad engine.
I was like pie in the sky. Also, fuck those guys.
I have a fun fact.
I
Another
feel
one.
like I'm listening
Big
to
rigs.
member berries.
God, I'm just looking at the store picture. It looks like a worse looking Chex Quest HD.
Oh my god, I remember that. I don't know what they were thinking with
I
that.
got that at launch, and I regret it a lot.
Oh
Big
man, I do not
rig.
know what they were
I
thinking
don't know
there.
why I bought
I
it, even though I
collected-
already have the game running on GZ Doom. So like,
I collected all the skins.
Chalmers, this is what happens when you just get a bunch of old people in a room. They just go, remember this?
fuck it.
But I'm 21. I'm not old.
Sorry.
Big
by
rigs.
by
came out
associating
in
with us, you
2002.
like get it 10 years to put onto your age.
Yeah.
It don't
Yeah.
remaster.
I'm 41. I'm 41, but talking about these old games makes me feel like 50.
Exactly.
Damn.
Like they won't remaster Aliens vs Predator Classic 2000.
Fuck.
Like I recently
was-
just snagged it and it's good, but God, I wish they'd remaster it.
Oh yeah, anybody get an email from Rebellion yet? The free Steam key?
No, I bought it.
Nope.
Uh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I bought it a long time ago.
I tried to
I
redeem
literally
it,
bought
and then
it
it
like
said they
very
were out
recently
of
because it was
keys.
like on sale.
Yeah, and they said
Yeah.
that for anybody who was trying to redeem the keys on that site, they were going to give it away via email for those who
Why not
didn't
just-
get the key.
Why not
You
just
didn't
do it
get
like
it
everybody
immediately.
else and make it free on Steam for like a couple days,
Yeah.
and then
Exactly.
or
That's what
do it on
everybody- like
GOG?
you were saying.
Like Christ.
Exactly.
It's because they want your email information so they can
Yeah.
sell you shit.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
I will say
And that's why they get burner emails.
Yeah. Everyone, just try to be mindful of crosstalk because sometimes we do kind of get a lot of people talking over a lot of people, and there's no words don't come out. It's just a bunch of noise. So just be mindful of that, everyone. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, let each other finish, please.
Yes, exactly.
My all-time greatest joke when it comes to talking about things that make you feel old
What's
is
that?
that there was a point in my life when televisions were heavy and I was light.
Oh yeah.
That is gone now.
Yep.
Yeah, as
remember-
I manhandled my new 65-inch television just kind of like by myself and put it up on a table. I think by like barely 40-inch CRT that I just left in my last apartment because it takes 2 people to lift it because it weighs over like 80 pounds, 100 pounds. Honestly, it had to weigh over 100 pounds. I was able to carry it if I like balanced it on my belly, but it was a bad idea. But
Oh my God.
with 2 people, it was like you were like cutting up your hands on the bottom of it by the time you got it to the next room, kind of deal. So it was heavy as
Jesus.
fuck.
I
I
lifted
actually still
stuff.
own.
Sorry.
I actually still own one of those tube tellies.
I wish I did.
Big 36-inch heavy bugger, and I have a secret to moving them. I have a nice secret. It's an easy way to move it. Real easy.
Forklift?
Nope. I get 2
No?
big people to move it, and I buy them a drink after.
Yeah,
That works.
unfortunately, I am the big person, so
Yeah.
And I got skateboards,
I
so I always moved stuff like this with my skateboards.
That's smart.
that's pretty smart.
Yeah. I have a chunk in my room that I always watch like Tom and Jerry on it. I like
Oh, nice.
all the fucking thing. Thanks, Tom.
Hello, new to you. I'd love to get a CRT so I can hook a Laserdisc player up to it, and then I can watch Strange Days and go on Laserdisc.
I did.
I had to move a really heavy CRT TV once up the stairs,
Oh, Jesus.
and I was afraid that I would fall down and it would break my legs or something.
Was it like one of the really heavy, like Sony Trinitron ones?
Yeah,
Oh,
It
fuck,
was.
yeah. The
still-
Trinitrons were.
it's still
Go
in my
ahead.
basement, by the way. The Trinitron.
Oh, wow. You should see
And,
if anyone wants to buy it off you.
There is an actual way you can move the damn things without killing yourself. It requires
Hey,
a couple blankets, duct
Yeah.
tape, and a what do you call those things? A dolly.
Nice.
Anyway, whoever said he wants a Shogun remaster, better yet, how about where's my Avenging Angel remaster?
Yes!
Oh my
Yeah!
god!
Let's fucking go! Requiem of
Oh!
Avenging Angels, so sick!
Holy
Yeah.
shit!
Another way with that game.
That game, I think, is a pain in the ass to try to get running.
Oh, it's so hard.
Oh, it's bad. It's bad.
I
Sorry,
got it
But
on
it's so
Steam.
good.
I got it on Steam, but I don't want to play it because it's such a pain in the ass to set up, and the menu is broken. The controls are broken.
That's what happens when you don't give away the source code, like
Yeah,
Doom
sure.
or Quake, because who wants to play Quake or Doom on a DOS box?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rainbow, we're talking about Requiem Avenging Angel, which is a nice 99 FPS from the 3DO company and Cyclone Studios, I think, who also did Uprising. Imagine a gory Jedi Knight where you play as an angel with a shotgun and you can turn people's blood into salt. It is
Oh
the
my
sickest
God.
shit ever.
Oh, it's not that you turn their blood to salt. You turn the entire body to salt.
Exactly.
You can see
You can
Wow.
boil their blood. That's why I got confused.
That
So you can-
sounds fucking incredible.
it's really good. It's kind of shitty, but it's so cool in other ways that like it makes up for it. And there's such like a Half-Life 2-esque tone to the whole thing. Like, it is.
Wild.
It's such a hidden gem.
You can come up to everyone in the game and talk to them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Their mouths
there's
move,
actual
too.
story elements. Yeah. It's. That game is so sick, and I'm so glad people remember it. That makes me so happy.
You guys want another
Another member berry.
Christian kind of game, Messiah. You play as a baby cherub.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Messiah's in the news lately.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
Yes,
of
it is.
Guess what's in the game? Sound.
Yep.
Yeah.
That H-bomb video is amazing. If anyone's not seen it.
I'm really disappointed with Tommy Tallarico because I always liked that guy's music, but damn, this guy is an asshole. Huh?
Yeah,
Yep.
Messiah has a really good concept. Like you could like possess any way I want. It's like you ever like that Mind Jack game that was
Geist?
I heard was a shitty piece of garbage.
Oh yeah, Mind Jack. My friend Cass from Bad Game Hall of Fame loves that game.
Oh yeah.
Does someone
Mario Odyssey has a similar system though.
Yeah.
does someone remember the GameCube game called Geist?
Oh, I
Yeah.
definitely
Yep.
I would
played
love
it,
to play
guys.
Geist.
You could possess
Full of
not only
dog
people
food.
but inanimate objects as well.
Yeah.
Fun fact: Geist was done by the same guys who did Tying the Key on Land of the Babes.
That's right. End Space.
Oh, for real?
Yep.
That's fun.
So there's Duke DNA in that game for sure.
Huh.
Tell me, I'm curious.
Okay.
What do you guys consider your quote unquote worst game you've ever played?
Hitman Absolution and T4.
Let me think of that.
That's some hate.
Let's see.
Hitman Absolution wasn't that bad.
I loved him in Absolution. That
I
made
would
me
say
so
I
good.
would say William Shatner's Tech War.
So
That was
here's
really
the
bad.
reason.
Tech War Remastered.
Here's the reason for why I hate Hitman Absolution and T4. Absolutely horrible stealth. I was trying to play Hitman Absolution on max difficulty, and I got halfway through the game until I realized, no, fuck this game, and I rage quit.
Oh, God.
T4 rage quit in the bank level because it was also shitty stealth. Ironically,
Yeah.
Square Enix.
Another one would be The Force Unleashed 2
Yeah.
Oof.
because it was always the same gameplay loop over and over and over again.
Uh-huh.
With you had these enemies, you had these quick time events, but it was always the same animations, same quick time events over and over and over again.
Yeah, I can
I've
definitely
heard
see
of
that.
Ever heard of a game called Chasm?
Oh yeah, I love
Yep.
Chasm.
Everybody knows about Chasm.
Right.
That's mine.
mine-
92 says, while we're talking about remasters, I'll say, where's my Blood 2 The Chosen remaster? That game is cursed.
So
Nobody can fix that shit.
my friends at Night Dive literally said to me that they never ever want to work with LiveTech 1.0 ever.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
we're
that
not
thing is
That
evil.
sounds about right.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it is
like-
evil.
They should release the source code, but knowing Warner Brothers, that's probably not going to happen.
yeah.
And
Oh,
also the LiquidOtacon engine is broken beyond repair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Shit.
not ready.
Fear is like, I believe it's like the most functional. The Fear and Condemned.
I think by LiveTech 2.0 they got a lot of their shit figured out.
1.0 still uses original Windows binaries that are not compatible with Windows 10.
Hang on. Sorry, who was that? Who was saying that?
What?
Who was talking about Blood 2 for a moment there? Someone was just talking over them.
Oh, I was just saying that the reason why LiftTech is so shitty is because they had a deadline to meet, and that's why I think it's so crooked.
Because of fucking
All right,
GT
Let
Interactive.
him finish.
Hang on. Sorry, go ahead, Sponge.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's because they had a tight deadline and they couldn't do shit about it. So what they did was they spent more time on making Shogo. That's why if you look at Blood 2 and Shogo, they are like compatible with each other. If I remember.
Oh yeah, they share a lot of assets. And then like LiftTech, the big problem with LiftTech was originally Microsoft was funding that as like an engine to show off DirectX, and then they backed out at the last minute. So they actually Monolith got kind of fucked in several ways with like Blood 2 and Shogo.
This is why you don't trust Microsoft.
Yeah, basically, or at least like that era Microsoft. I mean, I still don't trust this era Microsoft, but that era Microsoft especially.
Oh yeah,
I
those
definitely
guys are
don't trust
dicks.
this era.
Yeah, I'm new to you. It says, I'm very curious. Could you give me an assumption of how long the restoration would take and how far are you guys? You'll find out soon.
Yeah, as far as I don't know how long it's gonna take. Like it's gonna take like a
I have
couple
a
years.
rough idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could. I think I could say for all the team members for how long it'll take. It'll be a very long process because half of this project is fixing up all the old stuff.
Yeah,
and then the rest of it's all new stuff that we gotta try and integrate with the old stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the old stuff already is pretty finicky.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take a while.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a long time.
Can someone say those 3 words for me, please?
We're not going to say them.
We're not going to say them
here.
Say it.
I'm not.
Quando sarà finito.
There you go.
Hey, come on now. Damn it.
All right, man.
It counts.
So,
but
sorry, go ahead, keyboard.
I only want to interrupt only for a second. Liquid.
Yeah.
Was my what do you call it? Has that bug I sent you been verified?
I don't know what you're referring to. I'm sorry.
When you're crawling through that, it's in the Forbidden City map.
Oh,
we're
not working on chapter 2 right now.
I'm just wondering if that one's been verified because it literally hard crashes when you try to go into the.
I think we have fixed the hard crash in that level. I know that there is one. But yeah, like I said, we're not really focusing on that right now. As far as did we have somebody check it out? No, we have bigger fish to fry right now.
Yeah, we're all super hyper focused on chapter 1 at the moment, and yeah, we'll get to chapter 2 once you get first slice of the door, and we take a look to see if there's any critical feedback you need to address post release something. But yeah, chapter 2 is definitely a ways off.
Yeah, we're all eager to get working on it too. Believe me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, trust me. We're all very excited to move on and get to the good stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Rainbow says, when AFK for some time, has the glass been fixed? I assume you're talking about the glass that was.
I moved broken. On. No, it is not fixed.
Okay. All right.
It's not fixed.
We'll get to it when we get to it.
It's not a critical bug.
No, but it's an obvious one that bothers me for sure.
Yeah, I understand.
Oh, we gotta delay the release. Delay everything.
All right.
The weirdest bug I've seen, I don't know what causes it. I think could it be a Sorry, I'm probably not making sense. When you get ejected from the dragon, and you're shot back down onto the map,
right?
You get a lot of the textures just go foobar in the mountain and the what do you call it? The rock area. I'm trying to the road where you enter the map.
Right.
What area gets unloaded?
It probably has to do with level of detail.
Yeah, probably.
And the fact that level of detail is kind of borked right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because some of the textures stay the same, but others just shoestring.
There's also another trick that sometimes is used to put less strain on the engine, which is to make objects like buildings that are farther away actually non-solids. And sometimes the side effect of that is it causes texture flickering like that. So it could also be something like that. It's something that we've been experimenting with to try to get Las Vegas Boulevard into a more stable environment. Because right now, Las Vegas Boulevard, with what we want to do for it, it's very expansive, and I think we are finding it's most likely too expansive, and we're going to have to cut it in half or something like that in order to make it actually render properly. And so one of the things we tried to do during that process to resolve that was to do just that, and turn a bunch of the further away buildings to semi-solids or non-solids. And then what we found what happens then is that as you're like coming in and out of your zone of influence where you can have like perfect visibility of things, as those buildings slowly get out of that, they start like parts of them turn black and stuff. And with that, it's going to be like an interpolation point connected to Duke itself. So he's going to get mounted to some kind of interpolation point that then sends him upwards, rotates the camera to make him, look the way he does, and then come back down to the ground. And so my guess is that that can be done in a couple different ways, and if it's being done in a certain way, it doesn't actually carry the player with it, if that makes sense. It just carries the camera, and because it's carrying the camera, and Duke isn't there, it's not rendering what it's supposed to because Duke isn't there. So it could be a couple different things.
Falsely saying, I love Unreal Engine 1. I love Unreal Engine 1. I love Unreal Engine 1.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
as I just
boy.
kind of like fell down the rabbit hole of like going into all that, I feel it.
Yeah. Returning to the question of what is your worst game, I think I finally have an answer. This is probably a spicy one for some of you, but Fury. I hated Fury so
Is it the boss
goddamn
game?
much. Yes, it's a vaporwave boss game, and I really wanted to like that game, but holy shit, it got to the point where. So I have a bit of OCD, right, where I don't like moving on from things unless they're finished. And with Fury, I decided that whenever like I woke up, that was gonna be the game I played until I finish it. And it got to the point where I'd literally wake up depressed at the idea of having to play more of it. Because I was like, this game, it sucks. I hate it. I'm not having fun with it. And eventually I just cheat engine my way through it. And it was just like, and I thought like, okay, maybe at the end, like the story will be worth it. Nope, story wasn't worth it either. Like the only good part of that game is the sniper boss fight because it has a really cool track to it. I also like there's also like 2 other boss fights I like, but the rest of that game is just so irritating and frustrating, and like I hated that game so much. I know people love that game. I know like it's a favorite game for speedrunners, but yeah, no, just pure hatred from me.
I posted a screenshot on No Mic General of the problem I was talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel it.
I have a love-hate relationship to Ghost Runner right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit. It's a frustrating one.
Yeah. I mean, I try to like it, but it's frustrating, and I shouldn't play games where I die after one shot. It's not fun.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's what I'll say, Jester. Don't be afraid to use cheat engine. Like, if you just want to finish a game for a story, just cheat engine the way through it. Like, I subscribe to the idea that cheating in single player games is absolutely fine and morally correct. Because like most of the video games I played growing up, like Doom, Quake, Half-Life, Duke 3D, I played them all with God mode, and like I adore those games. I think I can still speak eloquently on like the design and principles of those games, despite the fact that like I never finished them the right way. I still finished them a way. So yeah, I think if you just want to see the rest of the game, just cheat engine your way through it. No one will be upset.
I'm guilty.
Abomination.
I'm
Yes.
guilty of using the shit out of DN monsters for like the most of my childhood of playing Duke 3D.
Oh
Yeah, exactly.
You cheated not only the game but yourself.
Fuck off.
yeah. Screw you, 8-year-old Fulsey.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally feel it though. I did the same thing. I mean, I beat the first time I played Duke 3D. I definitely just DN Cornholio'd my way through the entire game.
Yep.
So
That's what I did too. The first thing I got before playing the game were the cheats. Someone wrote them down for me.
Here were the newspaper here. I remember there was like we had for years. My brother cut out a section of the newspaper that was like, here's the cheats for the latest video games from the London Free Press. And like we just had it framed somewhere, and it had like every shooter of 1996 just right there. And I was like, oh, this is great.
True story there. I figured out Quake cheats by myself.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I opened up the console and if you type something in the console, it auto-completes, right?
Yep.
And that's the way I found out about the cheats.
That's awesome. Brandon in the chat says DN Cornholio, not DNK Ross.
Oh, I didn't know about DNK Ross.
That's the one I used, DNK Ross, because Cornholio, I couldn't spell that when I was 6 years old. You kidding me?
Yeah, it was Cornholio and DNSTUFF. I used to always say it out loud.
Yep.
DN stuff.
DN
I
stuff.
grew up in the language.
Or
They
it could
were
just
fun
be like
to-
Blizzard. Or you could just be like Blizzard and have the cheats printed on the actual manual itself. So
Yep. For sure.
One funny thing.
Go
Sorry.
ahead.
One funny thing about Quake is in the manual. It said its software, like in our previous games, removed all cheats from Quake.
Sure you did, John. Yeah, I remember Cheat Book Database. I remember also Ultimate Hint System. Do you remember that, Razor? Yeah, I said a K Ross back then.
Call?
I didn't know about Cross. It might have been. I remember Ultimate Hint System was really cool because it was like a walkthrough for games where you went through it and you would just like ask it questions like, what do I do here? And then it wouldn't give you the solution. It'd be say like, have you thought about this? Well, what about this? And you have to like dig through it each time to get, and then eventually you get to like the actual answer. It was so cool for that. I remember playing Alone in the Dark with that.
I remember one cheat being DNKROYT in Nukem 3D.
Mm-hmm.
So DN Croyd.
I have a fun fact for you when it comes to cheating. What if I told you that one specific game requires you to cheat to be able to complete it?
I would not be surprised at all.
So the game is one of my absolute favorites, even if it's a janky mess. Call of Cthulhu: Dark Corners of the Earth.
Yeah.
There we go.
The final sequence of that game, actually, let's start from the start. On the Xbox version of the game, you have a sprint button, which has been removed in the PC version. You need a sprint button to be able to complete that sequence. On PC, you cannot complete that sequence without dying. And you need to use an X editor to modify your running speed.
Yep.
Wow.
That does make sense. You learn that the PC port was made by a single guy. He wasn't paid for it after his company shut down.
Oh,
because
that's brutal.
Bethesda.
Oh,
the UHS website is still up. Oh, I suggest anyone who's like old like us to go and like check that place out because they still have all those hints up in that same style. Oh, that was so cool. Yeah, games that like block you from progressing without cheating can like if they block you from progressing because you're cheating or using like easy mode, they can fuck right off. Honestly, like fuck that shit. Yeah, Dark Corners of the Earth is so good. I mean, it's janky, but my god, they really had something there.
It's one of my favorite games.
It's a damn shame they closed down before like finishing up their planned trilogy and everything.
I like the way that I think Serious Sam 3 punished people for pirating it by putting in this red scorpion that would follow the player and couldn't be killed.
That's a classic.
That's so good.
I mean, it was immortal, right? He couldn't be killed.
Yep.
And it followed you around.
That's such a good bit. That reminds me of the Fade DRM and Operation Flashpoint. How like over time your game would just like malfunction and break in really weird ways. And then like if you went onto their forums, say like this game's breaking this way, they all just said real games never fade.
What about the one about Batman Arkham Asylum? Where you can float?
Yeah. And like, I love that shit.
God.
Speedrunners use the red scorpions to challenges in Serious Sam 3. That's amazing.
I think the one I grew up with was the one used in older versions of Gary's mod. where it flash up an error prompting you to go to the face punch forums to essentially out yourself.
Nice.
Yeah, the error code's your Steam ID.
That's
Yeah,
so
Thank you
good.
for that game.
Yeah, 'cause
I know
that-
there's
yeah.
a game that has an
funny.
error code that
Oh, the one in Postal where
So
you load up the
Steam ID.
map and everyone immediately ignites in the flames, including you.
I think it's really cool that devs think of creative ways of punishing people for pirating their games.
Yeah.
That's always fun to see.
I
It's
like
probably-
the really,
Go
the
ahead.
really overt one of Alan Wake and the likes, where they basically just give you a pirate patch.
Yeah, that's such a good bit. It's
Wasn't
probably
it
like
the-
a real pain in the ass to test for that kind of stuff, but yeah. Sorry, Keyword, I keep talking over you. Go ahead.
Wasn't Spyro 2 another one that did something like that?
Yes. The Spyro stuff is fucking wild. There was a GDC talk a few years ago, I think, or maybe even longer ago, where like they outlined the way their anti-piracy worked, but most importantly, because like what happened is like the NPCs stopped helping you, and they would like basically tell you to fuck off, which is really good. But the reason they did it was because apparently PS1 games, the piracy of them, was like a heavy revenue stream for the Russian mafia.
Really?
Wait, seriously?
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes. It was. Yeah, like that's how they made like apparently a lot of money is on PS1 bootlegs, and I guess the solution was to like by putting in this really hard to break DRM, which like was pretty new for the time. They would like people would lose trust in them and like be like, well, obviously you can't bring me like working games, so fuck you. And it actually apparently worked. Like a lot of like their revenue was damaged to the point where apparently, I might be wrong about this, one of the Insomniac programmers got a death threat from them.
From the mafia.
Jesus.
Yeah,
From the mafia.
from the Russian mafia. Yes.
Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Yeah. There's some parts that I could be wrong on, so do look into it because my memory might not be 100% there. But that's what I remember thinking of it, like hearing.
Frame Raider, I believe did an interesting video about Rayman 2 and its anti-piracy and all the little things it fucks it.
Oh, really? I gotta watch that.
I believe.
Yeah.
If we want to
I
talk
like-
about games that absolutely mess over the player, I have one on my cranium right now. Actually, it's called Lose Lose.
What's that?
It's called. It is a Space Invaders type game, except when you destroy something, destroy one of the ships, it actually deletes something from off your computer,
Ooh.
Oh.
Fun.
and it could be anything.
Like virus the
Anything.
game.
Yeah, it could be deleting actual essential parts of Windows type deal.
That's incredible. I love that kind of shit.
You know, I know some guys who belong to the Amiga scene and C46 scene, the demo scene and tracker scene back in the day. They don't track stuff anymore, but one of them invented a Pong machine. A Pong machine where if you lose the game, you would get a small electric shock.
Wow.
Actually,
That's awesome.
Well, that's
somebody
one way to
got-
get some motivation.
Oh,
You
one
lose
second.
100
What were you
volts.
saying? What were you saying, keyboard?
There was one guy who won up that. Does anyone here know about Sword Art Online?
Oh, you talking
Yeah.
about the thing with that fucking Palmer Lucky presented that like kills you instantly?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Instead of using microwave emitters like it did in the anime,
It just explodes, right?
yeah, he loaded it with C4. So
That's a great time to remind everyone that Palmer Lucky is a white supremacist.
Huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that guy fucking sucks. Like, he is a real piece of shit. And like, it really actually bothered me that like people were like reporting on that story as if it's a fun thing. It's like, oh, look at this wacky little thing. It's like, no, this is actually pretty insidious if you think about it.
It's terrible. What's the point of that?
Well, the point of it is that he works for like a defense company, and I'll let you fill in the gaps from there.
Wait, who are you guys talking about?
Palmer Lucky, who runs Palantir.
Palmer Lucky?
I don't even know that person, and I think it's better if I don't know that person.
Yeah, you're better off. He was like, he was the big head of like the VR push back in 2013. Like he was the Oculus guy.
Oh right,
Didn't
Oculus.
he found
Okay.
Yeah, he found Oculus,
Found Oculus?
and then he left in 2014 or something, and then like in 2016 he just the mask flipped in a big way for him.
In my defense, I didn't know much about this guy.
No, you're
Yeah,
cool.
you're
Don't
fine.
worry. I would never judge anyone for bringing that up. I just want people to know that.
I think
Oh,
there
yeah,
are
he's
there are
super lame.
I think there are many people we don't know things about, or maybe we would know things about only later.
Oh yeah,
down the road.
Yep.
Trust me, I'm the most boring person you've probably ever met. I pretty much do nothing but deal with my game, talk to you guys, play some Duke Nukem, and research tanks.
And no, I'm not talking about people here. I mean, I'm talking about CEOs and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Bigger people than us.
I just assumed every CEO is evil, and I feel like I'm like right 90% of the time. I can't really think of an example.
You have to be pretty cutthroat to be a CEO.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of have to be a jackass.
Yeah.
Do you?
I don't know. I mean, it depends.
That's
on,
my
like,
thing. Do you? Do we
depends
have
on,
to?
like-
Does something actually compel us to be shitty people? I really hope not.
I don't think so. I think it is power that
Money.
corrupts. I mean, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Money, power, maybe some personal issues, maybe.
I think there
I
are
don't know.
degrees. There are degrees of evil when it comes to CEOs. I think there are some like decent, like, or at least like people who don't want to actively harm other human beings. I think there are maybe a few of those, but like, you know, the numbers don't look great.
I mean, just think about Todd Hollinshed. I mean, he was cool.
Yeah, well, like he was like marketing. I think. I don't think he was actually like what was he?
Who is he?
I think he was.
Hollinshed
I think he was CEO for a while.
Was he
Of
CEO?
it.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're right. He was president CEO. Yeah, and now he's at Saber with Willits, which is weird because like I remember Hollinshed being everywhere like at QuakeCon every year, and then he had disappeared. And apparently, he still has a ponytail, so good for him.
I think the only ones still at it are Kevin Cloud and Miss Donna.
Yep, that's it. That was the only remaining original id members, which is like honestly pretty depressing.
Yeah.
No, I'd say expected.
Like,
yeah, but its software is not its software anymore.
Yeah, like, do they deserve that name still? Like,
no,
I mean, it's like asking if 3D Realms deserve to be called 3D Realms. Then.
I will not comment on that.
Yeah, I feel it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
We had that discussion last week where it was, same thing with Atari or Infogrames, or how Infogrames became Atari, and I mean, is Sid Meier's even at Sid Meier anymore?
He might still be at Firaxis.
I think he is. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he is.
To me, it's speaking of its software. To me, it's just a name, and but
He's
it's
from Sargia. Sorry, go ahead.
The name, its software is still called its software, but it doesn't mean anything anymore.
Yeah.
Not to me. It's just another company now.
Yeah. And to be clear, when I say that, that's not to besmirch any of like the hardworking people at id. It's just like a philosophical thing. It's like how much of something needs to be removed before you need to stop calling it the name that it was before, right? Like, I don't know. It's like a ship of Theseus thing. But you're absolutely right, Brandon. Like they're all really fucking amazing game developers. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Doom 2016, Doom Eternal are amazing. Management, less so.
Not so much, no.
Yeah, but all my
Fun
love to the
fact.
people in the trenches, if they're watching. All my love.
Fun fact: there's actually a real life version of the ship of Theseus.
Oh, really?
It's called the HMS Victory. It is the same. It is the same quote unquote ship that Horatio Nelson used as his flagship during the Napoleonic Wars.
Oh, wow.
That ship is still in service.
Huh.
Even after all
Yeah,
these years. It had so many modifications, upkeeps, and whatnot that people question if it even is the original ship anymore.
Huh. That's fascinating. I need to look into that.
Speaking of it, I'm siding with Mick Gordon as a composer myself. I think he got really fucked over.
Yeah, no, I feel ashamed that I believed it over Mick Gordon. So that's a fucking L for me. But yeah, nothing but respect to Mick Gordon. Like, I really can't see a world where after the shit he posted that he was in the wrong there. Because
no,
boy,
I mean,
was there a lot.
Why should he make this up? I mean, it wouldn't make any
Exactly.
sense if he would make this up.
Exactly.
Actually,
Yeah.
I can go further and say that their own response to Mick Gordon's damned him for me.
Oh, damned it.
Yes.
Yeah. No,
because
yeah,
if I
basically.
can expand a little,
What's that?
if I can expand a little, their write up
Mm-hmm.
when they said they're willing to quote present all evidence in a appropriate venue.
Yeah.
Which is corporate talk for keep this up and we'll see a rear end in court.
Yeah, basically. And like we all know how litigious ZeniMax is. Brandon has something to say. The thing with name brands changing hands and being run by entirely new people is more to do with their product franchises continuing, less about the company having a reputation because of the people. Unless they make themselves a new reputation, which I believe New would absolutely have. Really a fan of them. Not many old companies to storm I can say that for. Yeah, again, I still love New Id. I love the people in the trenches, like, and you're absolutely right. Like, it's all about intellectual property and just maintaining that brand identity.
Yeah, I mean, what company founded in 1992 has been around for that long?
And has like, and as far as I was talking about, like original people too. How many
like
companies
still,
are around since 1992 and still have all the people who were working there in 1992 working there now? I mean, like stuff just happens. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
right.
I don't think
yeah.
so. But there's tons of people from Nintendo who have left. I mean, look
Oh,
look at the guy who made the Game Boy. I can't think of his name right now.
Gunpei Yokoi, yeah. Gunpei Yokoi left.
Gunpei, yeah. He ended up having to go to a completely different company to continue to making the Game Boy because Nintendo didn't want to make it the way he made it anymore. And then he quit and made the WonderSwan. You know what I mean? Like, these kinds of things just happen. Like, it's yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
Well, it's the natural. I mean, look at it in the 90s. I mean, Romero left, Tom Hall left, and a bunch of people left around Quake 2. And it wasn't the same team anymore, even in the late 90s. So, yeah, things always change because that's the natural
that's the natural order.
Walk of life.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a bad thing, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm saying that it's only natural for things to change. I mean, if you have, as an example, if you have toxic people in the company, you wouldn't. I wouldn't keep toxic people in the company. So either they have to go or I go. That's things like this happen.
Yeah.
And sometimes people leave and people join, and I mean that's life. And that also applies to companies.
Yeah, people leaving and joining companies is a fairly standard thing. I guess for like more creative companies, because when the people leave, their talent also leaves.
Yep.
But yeah, it's fairly normal for a company to lose people and then gang people and then lose people and then gang people.
Well, especially when you consider that, like, the way you get a raise in the video game industry is by leaving your company and going somewhere else, because then they want to hire you back.
We wouldn't have Doom or Quake without its software leaving Softdisk.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I still stand by Daikatana to the bitter end, though.
No, I love Daikatana as much fucked up as it is.
Once you throw in the 1.3 patch, it plays just fine. A bit unintuitive, but
it's still got hell of issues. But yeah, I do agree.
Unintuitive, yeah, but that just gives it charm for me.
I think the hate for Romero and Daikatana was a bit too over the top back then.
Well, I mean, it was driven by his arrogance at the time, right?
Yeah, sure, I know, the ad and stuff and his demeanor and everything. But yeah, it's not the worst game ever made. It isn't.
No,
Oh,
far
hell
from
no.
it. Yeah.
I still believe Chasm is the worst game I've ever played.
Chasm?
Why do you say that?
Gave me a godforsaken headache.
How come?
The constant white flashing between cutscenes just for a while.
Okay. That's totally fair. So are you like, do you have image sensitivity?
No, and that's the worst part.
So
When I'm shutting the game down, going, this thing's giving me a headache, and I'm not even epileptic.
Mm-hmm.
Something's gone wrong. Voice acting was awesome, though.
I think one of the worst games was a game I got on Steam. A game I got on Steam.
Sorry.
One second. Jester, go ahead.
One of the worst games was a game I got on Steam called Samba It Heaven. And it's just a total mess. It's supposed to be a shooter, but the graphics are like totally fucked up. The movement is totally fucked up. The clipping is off. Like totally. You just clip through everything and I was like, what the hell?
How is the game?
Wow.
Yeah.
How does this even work?
Yeah, Super 3D Noah's Ark box though.
What? 1 second. Who's that?
That was me.
Jazz, go ahead.
You go. Okay. The worst game I've ever played was Mon Bazoo. Terrible game. Trolls like ass. Hate it. Anyway. Go on, Chester.
I think that was a wump. I think it was a wump that was talking.
Oh yeah, I just said a Super 3D Noah's Ark, as Brandon said in chat. That game fucks.
Yeah,
I don't think I've actually played.
Sorry.
I don't think I've actually played any game that would be considered bad by most people. There's games that a lot of people are like cultish for that I quite frankly don't care for, like Quake and Doom Eternal. But I wouldn't really call those bad games. Just games that don't really satisfy the weird game just slug in my brain that determines whether or not I like a game.
That's fair. I mean,
my all-time favorite game that is so god-awful, yet I just play to the very bitter end, is Chaos Wars.
Chaos Wars. I'm not familiar with that one.
It's a PS2 game.
Okay.
And it plays like your traditional TRPG.
Okay.
Tactical role-playing game.
Right.
And they got all the voice actors from nepotism.
Oh, I think I remember the one. I know the one you're talking about. Okay, you saying all the voices from nepotism, I distinctly remember because I remember hearing scenes from that. Yeah, it's that's a really good one if you like absolute shit voice acting.
They got family and friends to voice act the characters, and woo boy!
Oh yeah, it's really something special.
Guys, if you think I sound terrible, get a load of this crap.
Yeah.
It's like Hunt Down the Freeman, where the voice acting is just awful.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think Chaos Wars is both better and worse than Hunt Down the Freeman.
It's funny to say that about Hunt Down the Freeman because they had actual talent also volunteering for it, I believe.
I'm just
Yeah, the only
wondering, how did Hunt Down the Freeman manage to pull in like the biggest YouTubers of like 2018 for the project?
Well, because think of like what the hype was.
yeah,
They were
like
like
this
trying to make the prequel to, where they were trying to
Half-Life
make
2,
a right,
and like they were Valve sanctioned too. On top of that,
right, and
Hey,
like
buddy,
honestly, like
can you?
the premise of it, you know what I mean? The 7 hour war, isn't that what it is?
yeah,
Yeah,
Mhm.
the 7 hour war for Half Life, like it's like a very cool like setting for the actual
hmm
game, right? Because like I haven't actually never played Hunt Down the Freeman, but like in my head it sounds like this like really fun thing where you're playing as like essentially the rebel faction from the from Half-Life 2 already, that like is like
yeah,
existing in Splinters, and you get to fight against the initial wave of Covenant that are trying, or not Covenant, Combine, that are taking over the planet. Like that sounds crazy. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's such a cool time period in the Half-Life universe that hasn't been like expanded upon.
It's a hell of an
And
elevator
then
pitch. Yeah,
Yeah.
throwing that elevator pitch with, "Hey, you want to voice act one of the main characters?"
fucking sure. Yeah, I'll do that.
And then see how far that goes.
But again, like, do you think that I don't think the actors knew at the time, right? But like, I imagine they probably just signed contracts, and you sign a contract, you got to do it.
Apparently, they weren't given vocal direction. Like, not many vocal direction. They were just given the lines without the context like
Well,
that.
Oh,
I
really?
mean, I'll tell you from like, our experience like working with this, like it's very possible that none of them really like knew what they were getting into when they were first starting it. I don't know what kind of like,
hmm
and I don't want to like make excuses for them, but like at the same time, like I don't know. I think like we have definitely at times had similar issues where it was like, oh, well, we definitely need to like make sure that we're elaborating on this a little more or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. No,
God.
absolutely.
And then it's also having everybody get a similar microphone to ensure that they all sound similar as well. Because if you have two people and the mic sounds way off, it leads to other problems.
Yeah.
hmm
That's
Yeah,
the
you don't want.
problem. That's the problem I had when I was still making my podcast. Well, everyone had a different microphone, and to be honest, we sounded like shit.
Yeah, it's hard.
With
Yeah,
with respect,
coordinating like all that kind of like technology, and like you want to get that consistent quality. Yeah.
we're
And
experiencing it right now.
I always had to fix it with Audacity to make it sound a bit to make it louder or make it softer or it was a pain in the ass, and I'm glad I'm not doing that anymore because yeah, in the end we had more work than listeners.
No, I get that for sure.
That's another
I
problem
mean,
because we might it was fun for a while, but in the end it was so much work that I couldn't do it anymore, and I just said screw it
hmm
with
because
respect, we are experiencing something like that right now. Each of us are using a radically different device to communicate on, and you can tell the difference.
hmm yeah.
yeah, the cool thing was we made our own recording server.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a PC at home at a friend's home, and yeah, he set it up. So we recorded on Discord, and the recording server would record everything we'd say into Audacity automatically, and I just had to edit it afterwards.
Hmm.
Like, like it was cool. It was a cool thing. It worked really nicely, but like I said, in the end, it was so much work, like editing a 2-hour episode, editing out all the noises and all the pauses and all the stuff. And but you have to edit stuff because then it sounds like shit.
Oh,
if you
absolutely.
don't.
Yeah.
And it turned into whole weekends just me editing. And in the end, only five people like 5 people listen to it. So yeah,
Damn.
it didn't really amount to something.
The ends didn't justify the means.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that with some like the music projects my dad has worked on. He's had very similar experiences, like composing entire albums and like 10 people listen to it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that more people listen to my music now, and hopefully after this is done, even more people will listen to it.
Yeah. Grisonius has mentioned something about the 7-hour war idea, apparently. So Laidlaw told once the 7-hour war was basically would not make a great game because there's not really any war in his mind, just basically a bleak massacre of 80% of humanity. It would make a cool movie, though. Maybe like a survival game would fit that better. It's like, can you survive like 7 hours and get to shelter or something?
That's a fair point.
Yeah,
I forgot.
you can't actually fight like the Combine at that point because they were just so powerful.
Right.
But speaking of music, I've been thinking if I don't know. I've been thinking if it's worth it. I don't know. Still making music in like 3 or 4 years with such a small audience. I've been thinking of quitting it a lot lately.
I mean, here's the thing. Does making music make you happy?
It sure does.
Then why not keep doing it if it makes you happy? I mean, does it really matter if people listen to it or not?
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I mean, sometimes it's frustrating.
No, of course.
I think
Absolutely.
I think I will never quit it, but yeah, sometimes I think to myself, all this work and like nobody.
Yeah,
really
the way I look at it is also hi everybody. I'm in between seeing clients at work, so I figure I'd just pop in. The way I look at it is don't go into it with any expectations that you're gonna make it. Just have fun with it on the side, and if you blow up after you blow up, great, that's awesome. Or if you get some work, can make a little bit of money on the side, then great. Otherwise, you just can't think of it that way, or you'll get super depressed. I've been through that.
Yep.
I mean,
absolutely.
I'm not in the mindset really that I'm gonna make it big or something, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't mean but any expectation. Like, it is depressing when you work on something so hard for so long, and then see the biggest thing is if you don't know how to network and you don't know how to advertise, you're sunk. And even if you do, you'll probably only get a handful of an audience, right?
I mean,
it's all doing little things over time.
I can afford advertising and stuff, so yeah.
Yeah, neither can I. I just stopped trying. I tried doing some Facebook ads every now and then, and it's just pointless. You might get 1,000 hits or something, but like maybe one click.
Yep.
It's just
the
Even
thing
worse.
is.
Sorry, go ahead.
The thing is, I'm still trying to find a balance. I'm trying to. I don't want to work on stuff until I burn myself out anymore. I think I have to stop that, and I'm still trying to find a balance and still figuring out how to do that.
And that can take a while to figure out, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, music is a huge part of my life. I will always make music, and sure, but I have to stop doing things until I'm totally broken.
No, because you don't want to make yourself hate what you love, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean,
finding that balance is so important.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yep.
And also not punishing myself for doing nothing as well.
Oh yeah,
I can.
There's so many facets to this.
Yeah, I can really relate to that feeling of trying really hard not to punish yourself for not doing certain things.
Yep.
Yeah, I can relate to that one.
Yep.
I mean, I finished the music for this project a while ago, and initially I thought to myself, "Oh man, I'm not finished. I could do so much more." And but then I thought, "Hey, I mean, I made more than enough, and people like it. So why should I make more and break myself?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's nice to have like a work ethic, but it's not. It's not nice having that work ethic consume you.
yeah, and part of that work ethic is like knowing when to say that, like, you've done enough. You can walk
Yeah,
away. Yeah.
yeah. That's the one huge thing. Walking away from stuff that doesn't do anything anymore for me.
Yep.
I mean, it was the same with the podcast. I tried to keep it alive, but inside I felt, oh, come on, this isn't going anywhere. Just let it go.
Like, is there a better way to utilize this passion?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally get you.
And yeah, so that's what I'm still figuring out, and I should. I mean, one thing, my music is free. I gave up on earning money on it, so everything is free on Bandcamp. So yeah, I mean, if you make money on Bandcamp keeps like half of it.
Yep.
15%, I think.
Yeah.
My
And plus the
friend Jazz,
PayPal fee on top of that.
yeah. Better than Spotify though. I mean, my friend Jazz,
Oh yeah.
like they tried to put some of their stuff on Spotify, and she just had just like the worst fucking time on it. Like they just, yeah, you get more people listening to it, but like you get like you somehow get negative money. Like you lose money putting your
It's
music on there.
absolute pennies. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I struggle to fathom how that's still like a thing artists use because it's so stinking
They fuck you over all
unprofitable.
the time. I mean, I'm on Bandcamp and I earned more money on Bandcamp than someone on Spotify. No joke. Really.
Yeah, I believe it.
And I mean, even big artists, I mean, it's 99 cents a song or something. I don't know. But the money they earn in the end is like nothing.
Yep. And then like once you do blow up, then like, what happens when you then like spend money on touring and no one shows up, right?
Yeah. I mean, or merchandise and no one buys it.
But there's so many aspects to the business side of creating art that just like it makes it terrifying to get into, and I totally understand like your trepidation.
I think I want to say goodbye to the business side of it and just stick to the fun side of it.
Yep. No, absolutely.
Hey, just really quick, I'm sorry this is not on topic what you guys are talking about, but it's just a aesthetic thing here. Does it look better when this ladder was above the banister here, or if I make like a cutout for it?
I think a cutout would be better.
Okay. I also don't know. Oh, this one is like that too. Interesting. How it's like
So
translucent.
yeah, if you start music, don't expect to make a living. Don't quit your day job. Just make music for fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Trent Reznor made Pretty Hate Machine in his spare time on like a mixing board while he was a janitor, right? Like, I don't think he had any idea that he was going to blow up. He thought he's probably just making it for himself.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many people started, I don't know, being employees in studios or for stuff like that.
Watching how it's made, yeah.
Yeah. Patching stuff up.
Yep. You learn a lot from doing that.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, I know that I can compete in business, so screw it.
just have fun. Just enjoy your talents.
I mean, it's only gonna make me unhappy.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I abandoned altogether. Because, like you said, I don't want to hate the thing I love, because that's the worst thing if you start to hate the thing you love.
I mean, like literally going back to when we were talking about with like Fury, like I disliked Fury so much, and I was so miserable playing it that I literally had a moment where I was like, "Do I like video games? Like, do I like this medium anymore, or have I just spent my entire life loving a hobby that I actually hate?" And like, it was a really horrible moment, like this existential crisis over my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah,
and it's just like, yeah, like, and I realized, wait, no. I love video games. I just despise this one. Like, because like after that, I played Prey 2017, and I was literally in tears at how much I loved that game. Because I was like, right, no, yes, video games are amazing.
To clarify one thing, when I talked about quitting, I meant the business side of music, not music itself.
Oh, of course.
So yeah, the business side of it, that's done for me. I mean,
yeah,
it's so much stress. You have to spend so much money, and then you can't compete.
I mean,
and that can really inhibit your ability to create. Like when that stress is on top of you. That's why a lot of artists and musicians, whatever, producers, they have an agent guy who takes care of all that. But that costs money too.
Yeah, but if you do it all yourself, there's you spend so much time doing it that you really can't make any new music anymore.
And if you do, it's not as it might not be. Well, for me certainly, and probably you as well from the way you're talking. It's certainly not near as heartfelt or special as it would have been if you didn't have to worry about the business side.
Yeah, but right now I decided for myself to say, fuck it, I'm gonna make music, I'm gonna make the music that I love, I'm gonna make the music that I want to listen to. Not just
good for you.
Not just,
Yeah, and you know what? More often than not, that's when people start getting noticed, when they become unabashedly sincere and what's the word? Genuine. And they're not making something for other people or for a machine to churn up easily. They're making something for them, and that's when people turn their heads.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, it's not a foregone conclusion, but if anything's going to work, being genuine will.
Yep, because people can detect when like you're not being genuine. Like people can sniff that stuff out.
Like commercial music that's only there to earn money.
Yep, or just like sell more things.
Yeah. Like, I mean, a lot of music, I don't listen to the radio, but when I'm shopping, there's radio in the store, and I as a musician I can really sniff that out if all the songs sound the same, and you can really know that it's made to earn money, that it's like fabricated. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. And some people do that as a job. They're just a cog in a machine, and they're good at it, and that's how they make money, and maybe they don't even have any passion. It's just that's what they do for a living.
Yeah. And that's the way I don't want to go down.
No.
I saw this one video once of comparison with it showed it overlaid 5 different country songs, and it played them all at the same time, and they were all in the same key. They all had the same format. The songs and verses all started exactly the same part, and the guitar solos, and then it ended. It was like cookie cutter radio generated just drivel.
That's
the
almost-
state of the industry for so many, for
Yes.
so many artists.
It's almost like it could be made by a AI, you know, just the same thing over and over again.
Generated music.
That would actually be interesting if that actually happened. And I think it would be only a good thing for the industry, because then it would cause all the artists to start raising the bar, because if a computer can just churn it out with no passion, then why would anyone bother to listen to what you're doing that sounds exactly the same? This is one thing in the argument about the whole debate between AI generated art and stuff. I'm not going to get into it, but the only thing AI can do is regurgitate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It can't make anything new, and that's where the human factor comes in and will never go away. Ultimately,
Fucking
for like
A,
100%.
AI can never make the 16 Chapel.
Yeah, it doesn't have inspiration. It doesn't have motivation. It doesn't have passion. It doesn't have curiosity. Like, it's cool what it can do, but it's not going to replace humans. And so I think AI turning out radio music would actually be a good thing for the music industry. We'd actually start going back to real creativity again, for the most part.
Yeah, I miss those days when, I mean, crappy music has always been around, but sometimes you could turn on the radio and listen to some real bangers, you know?
Yeah.
But nowadays, I mean, I can distinguish one song from another. It's the same.
Yeah. They all have the same, like, crescendos and then beat drops and then, you know, your rap verse or bridge, and it's all the same. I haven't... Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was going to
No.
say, like, and then like you do get those pop stars, who are very unique. You know, you get your Carly Rae Jepsons and stuff, and they stand out among the pack. You know, it's just
Absolutely.
because they feel so genuine, they feel so human, and like you sense that in your soul. It's like, oh, this is someone who actually like put their entire body into this, and like and their soul into it, and then yeah, totally.
Ironically, Duke Nukem Forever somewhat had that.
Oh yeah, totally. Like,
because you can tell 2001 that it was made by a group of people who went nuts and knew what they were doing. And it showed.
And they pushed that creativity as hard as they possibly could.
And you compare that with 2011's version. I'm not attacking them.
No.
But you can tell any creativity or passion was long since killed Stone Dead.
It was just so far late. Like, by that time, when Gearbox took it over, they just wanted to get it out the door, like, to call it done. It was just too late to get any soul into that.
Yeah.
There were there were three things I managed.
1 second.
When it
keyboard.
comes to my
Liquid, were you going to say something, or were you just kind of?
Oh, I was just laughing at the fact that I blew that jump, and then.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I was trying to place this, and then see if it worked, and then I just fucked it up completely.
So, all right, go ahead, keyboard.
There are three things I managed while working with everybody on on the project. Time, money, and the ability to care. Money can easily be replaced. Time's a bit harder to be replaced. Once the ability to care...
Really quick, there's an echo here.
Yeah, I think Brandon's mic is echoing.
I think it's probably
My dumb headphones. Sorry, guys. I'm sitting too close to my mic.
No worries.
I wanted to ask a specific thing about the dumbbell kind of thing. Did it always have a button where you can go left and right?
Yep.
On the old window elevator, whatever the name is.
Yep.
I never noticed you could actually go left and right with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
That's wild.
It was disabled.
But yeah, going back to what I said.
Sure.
Once the ability to tear a stone killed Stone dead, there was no getting that back.
What do you mean?
When the employee doesn't care about the project anymore, you can't get that back. Because a lot of people just go, okay, I'm done with this, whatever, I'm done, leave. I don't care anymore. And if they're in that kind of mindset, game over. There's no getting it back.
No, and like, if you do get it back, it takes a tremendous amount of effort to do that, and like, that doesn't happen often. I mean, every now and then it happens, but like, yeah, you weren't going to see that with Duke at that point because, yeah, I mean, even before Gearbox took it over, I mean, when the game just became, let's just reboot Duke 3D because that would be easy, to do instead of making a new Duke game entirely. Yeah, like I agree. Like it just kind of became just like, let's just get this out the door.
The thing I said about the music industry can be applied to the games industry and movies right now as well.
Totally. Absolutely.
Because when you have a group of people just crunching to get the damn thing out, regardless of what the product is, they don't care about it once it's gone. In fact, more often they'd be grateful because they wouldn't have to deal with it anymore, and that is not a healthy relationship to have.
Nope.
Not only that, but among musicians, there's the old joke that radio music has one producer. Because everything sounds the same, and right now I'm looking at movies, I'm looking at games, and I'm thinking it's like they're made by one giant company because so much is just the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
As I've told many of the every freelancer actually that that works for me, don't push yourself any harder than you want to. Because I don't want to personally. What do you call it? I hate crunch.
Oh yeah.
I hate the idea of it. I hate the concept of it. I hate the execution of it. And it shows in a video game and music, any kind of art. When there is crunch, everything goes downhill.
Mm-hmm. And we're trying very hard internally to avoid crunch.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. But cool thing that you're trying to avoid it because I think it's a disease right now. It's really a disease on the industry, and I think
because there is a lot of articles and conferences that explaining how it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's
so
companies
many studies.
like THQ and Chaos Studios that promoted crunch and reduced their business into rubble because it just doesn't work.
I think it's an overcorrection because if you have absolutely no reins on a timeline, any type of timeline, then you get a Duke Nukem Forever. Honestly,
Yeah.
So, but it's definitely way too much of an overcorrection. Like, I think there's way less danger of a project turning out like Duke Nukem Forever than I think maybe the big wigs in the game companies might predict.
Well, like
a lot of it too is probably just no. We want to make this holiday sale so we can get the most money. And well, like, if the game sucks, you're just gonna get refunds. Like,
the thing is, I've been thinking about this lately that the old so in the old days, games were more like a passion product, but nowadays it's more like a product.
That's why I really like the indie gaming scene, especially when it like first burst forth, because it was all about passion. It was these small little games that were easy to make, mostly 1-2 man teams, maybe. I mean, even Dusk was only 3 people.
Yeah.
Like, and I know it looks some people hate how it looks, but it's fun. Like, that's what gaming is missing. I'd sacrifice a game looking pretty and AAA for fun. It'd be nice if we can have both, but.
You know what? Screw that. I mean, most games in the 90s looked like shit even back then, but damn, those games were fun, you know? You could really feel the passion of the developers making this thing. And that's what's lacking in today's AAA games. Because I don't feel any passion in most AAA titles. It's just a product to earn money.
Right. The thing is that, like, someone I follow on Twitter put this really well, where it's just like, whenever you think, like, why does it make more sense for a AAA game to do, like, this cheaper thing while still getting the same thing? It's basically because, like, they run the calculation of, like, well, how much would it cost for us to, like, change our development style? Okay, it would take this too much time. It would take too many people to figure it out. Let's just keep going the way we're going. And, like, it's actually cheaper for them to just push forward with their, like, super silly ideas of, like, just throwing as many people at a project as possible. And, like, yeah, it's like, I don't want to say that there's, like, AAA games don't have any soul. I don't think that's really fair. I think there are actually, like, plenty
id
of
Software
AAA
games, I believe, have tons of soul still.
Right. And, like, I think, you know, games like Yakuza, you know, have tons of soul, you know, like games like that. There's still plenty of fantastic games in that space. The problem is that, like, so many of them are focused less on being fun games and more on being money, like, retention, you know, like how much can we build up our you know, monthly average users so we can hit our sales targets. Like,
it's
that's
all
more the
stats,
focus.
yeah. And they'll take the lesser of 2 business evils. It doesn't matter what the consumer thinks, you know, or reviews. If it makes us a little bit more money, we'll go that route. Like, that's all they care about.
Sorry for generalizing, but yeah, I didn't mean all AAA titles, but some, sure.
Yeah, no, of course, I got what you're saying.
Well, you got your money making machines like your Call of Duties and your Battlefields and you know, even Fortnite, Rainbow Six stuff. Like, that's always going to be that way. Those are those games. They probably will never change.
Yeah.
Actually, if I can speak about this, because I have thought about doing something that like this for my first project, but I came to one interesting conclusion. If I were to do this, it would be my only project.
Yeah, no, exactly, because sorry.
And it's a depressing conclusion, because if it's my only project, because if it's a live service,
you mean one?
Hang on, keyboard. Go ahead.
Sorry.
It's okay.
The thought I had was to make a new game that's a better version of War Thunder, but for tank wise, and live service, but a more healthy interpretation of that. But I came to the conclusion that it would be my only game.
Yeah.
There would be no other game. I would need to dedicate practically my existence to push to have that game go as long as possible until either it dies or I do.
Yep.
And that's not healthy.
No, and that's why you don't see, like, studios who do make those games ever experimenting, because, like, they literally don't have time for it. They have to, like, have all their staff constantly making new updates because they're just caught forever on this content grind. And yeah, it's just slowly killing all of them.
Epic Games.
They got shareholders to answer to, and
Epic Games. I'm not making a Unreal Engine. I'm not modifying Unreal Engine. They're working on Fortnite.
Yeah,
and that's it. Bungie works on Halo, Halo and multi other games. Now it works on Destiny, and it's only ever working on
Raven
Destiny.
Software is working on Call of Duty now. Like, they used to be a great developer of really interesting original games, and now they're just making Call of Duty expansions.
If you allow me to interject, well, Bungie, mainly as Destiny right now, they seem to also be working on other things. There's a rumored. Yep, they're making a marathon game, apparently.
Yep. They're gonna bring back Marathon. They're gonna bring back Oni. They're gonna bring back Myth. They're gonna bring back all the hits.
Yeah, Stubbs the zombie. Let's go.
Fun fact: apparently, in the sword from Myth, one of the swords from Myth is one of the swords you can get in Destiny. The 30th anniversary had a bunch of weapons from older franchises.
And not just it's every what do you call it? It's every company that goes knee deep in this whole live service extravaganza. Digital Extremes, the individuals who do
from my hometown.
What's that? That one. It's that
Warframe.
Name another game they've done in the last 5-10 years.
I'm also working on another one.
They made that horrible Star Trek shooter.
Yep, and then pretty much.
Which one was that?
Star Trek 2013. It was god awful. It was like.
Was that the? Is that the? I don't think I heard of that one. That's not DAC, is it?
No, it got delisted real fast. It was a third-person shooter. It was based on, I think, the second movie.
Okay, Into Darkness.
Yeah, go ahead, keyboard.
So if I would even try to do anything like that, it would be a death sentence to me.
Yeah.
Both financially and creativity-wise, because I'm expected to continue pumping out new content because the fans expect it.
Yep. Because if you miss a single week with not shipping an update, they just say you're a dead game instantly. They have no patience.
Yep. Or I can just start making single player games, and I don't know, maybe throw in a drop in, drop out couch co-op multiplayer if I feel up to it, and not just continue on this live service thing that would basically turn my hair white and then bleed me white.
Absolutely.
So that's why I shot down that idea stone dead, and you will never see one from me like that because I hate being tied down to anything for too long. Unless it's absolutely necessary, like, drinking water.
Yeah, exactly.
So if I'm done with the project, I like to move on. I don't like to just run the mill until, I hit the flow dead.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. And also on top of that, the thing that I think a lot of these companies are trying to make all these battle royales and extraction shooters and all these games is that the market can only support a handful of these games. There could only be 5 or 6 forever games because there's not enough people in the fucking audience to support more than that.
It goes deeper. It goes even deeper than that. Because you get a group of 30 people who play, say, first-person Call of Duty together, and they
Hello, 911.
and you ask them what would a good game be to compete with them.
It's only me.
And and with this test group, they create a game like that, and 2 weeks later, it's a ghost town because they'll back playing more Call of Duty.
Exactly.
Because there already is a Call of Duty. It's called Call of Duty.
Exactly.
So same thing happened with World of Warcraft killers. A lot of players just played in 2 weeks and went back to World of Warcraft because there already was a World of Warcraft.
They played their trial and then they said, "All right, see ya."
I mean, the only way you can go about, at the end of the day, the only way you can go about making a product worth a damn is by following your own ambitions rather than chasing after someone else's ideas.
Yep, absolutely. I mean,
that's how I approach my music now. I'm not following other people's expectations. I only listen to myself, and I even rebranded the whole project. It's not Faxdown 23 anymore. It's New Action Army now, and I'm working on a new album, and you know, with no pressure, and just having fun making music.
By the way,
right on, man.
And yeah.
By the way, Abomination.
Yo.
I have been trying to get a hold of you in private messenger.
Okay.
I was just wondering if we could eventually talk in private.
Oh yeah, sure. Sorry. Sometimes I just don't see those notifications. I apologize.
No,
also
it's okay.
Yeah, I've also been like super swamped with finals, so sorry about that.
Because once my project begins going off the ground, proper, I will like a outside source, some outside sources, to look in and see if what we are making is good.
Sure, yeah, by all means.
And I trust you and LiquidOtacon to shoot from the hip.
Cool. Okay, I'll sign up for that.
Of course, we will talk more about that in confidence. I think,
for sure.
but I thought to reach out to you now because it seemed that the message didn't go anywhere. So perhaps a more formal approach.
No. Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
You know, the most important thing to me right now is reigniting the passions I had, because business can really destroy those passions. You know?
I have a way to go about that. If you're willing to try it.
Yeah, sure.
Find the music that absolutely screams to you. And
what was that? I didn't get that, sorry.
Find the music that that just whispers to you.
I already did.
And just let it carry.
I already did that. I mean, I'm working on a new album, and it's going really well, and I really feel, and I can really feel the music. It's not just burning out music because of for the sake of churning out music, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but I'm saying not even do any of the music, or just sometimes it's easier to just let the waves wash you away.
I don't know what you mean.
Let the music carry you. Just don't even do anything. Just let it revitalize you.
I do. I mean, I'm not making music every day for like 10 hours. Most of the time, I do nothing. Just listening to new music and doing other things to recharge the batteries.
That is the best
Definitely
for me. You can do for any if for a cook eat their favorite food. For a game developer, play their favorite game. For an artist,
it's definitely not the same for every person, though. Too like the creativity part of your brain and the appreciation part, like listening to music, is two completely different parts. And I could still be in love with listening to music, and it doesn't affect me one way or the other when I'm trying to compose and I have a writer's block. Like the inspiration comes from something else, and I find personally that no matter what I listen to recharge my batteries or whatever, does not help me at all with composing and my attitude towards it or my inspiration from it.
What I like to walk outside in nature, or I like to cook or play video games or whatever. It's not just the music, it's all these different things.
Yeah. Yeah, I find more often than not, the way I find inspiration is to not listen to music more than anything. If anything will work. Because I just if I listen to music and I just get caught up in whatever that music is and not what I'm trying to create, which is many times completely different. And if it's not completely different, then I have to watch myself about copying it. So
yeah,
it's a funny thing to navigate. It's not always so cut and dry, and I still haven't 100% figured it out, honestly.
But the mistake I made was always thinking, all right, I'm burned out. Now I'm gonna do nothing for a while and then restart again and burn myself out again and then do nothing and then restart again. And so I had to break the cycle of that.
Yeah.
That's how I learned. That's how I personally go about it. Breaks the things that I love to know to recharge myself.
That's cool that you can do that. Yeah, whatever works for you.
And letting go of the business side of things was really helpful because I don't have the pressure anymore to put something out that's gonna make it big or make some money or reach many people or whatever. So not doing that anymore is really liberating because now I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Heck yeah.
And I don't have to fulfill people's expectations in any way. You know, if they don't like it, fine. They don't like it. I don't care. The only person that has to like it is me.
100%.
Yeah.
That's the Monty Python approach.
Yeah. If I don't like the music, it's not going to get released.
There was a poem that my late grandmother cherished. It was "The Man in the Glass."
So why does it?
And it quite fits quite well what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Look it up sometime. It really would be inspirational.
You know, all I'm trying to do is reprogram myself and changing things around and not being locked in the same cycle anymore. And I think that's something every creative person has gone through at some point. You know, thinking, fuck, I hate this. Why do I do this anymore? You know, and then maybe doing nothing for a while and then thinking, you know what? Screw it. I don't care if they don't like it. I'm the only person that has to like it. I'm gonna make it because it's fun.
That's the only way to approach it, in my opinion.
We'll come back.
I'll take it easy, Brandon.
Keep it easy, bud.
I literally my mom just came downstairs and was like, "Hey, could you order this for your nephew for his birthday?" I'm like, "What? Oh, okay, sure." And so he just really wanted a KFC. And it's like, "Okay, sure." He's turning 4. He wants fried chicken. I hope I can get him. Yeah, hope I can get him Popeyes. Like, should give him some quality, but apparently he's KFC.
I want to have KFC for once in my life. Just like for once in my life, I want M&M's.
Casino is
next time I'm going to
UK. I really want to look at it now, but I want to finish this now. So the last thing I'm trying to finish up here is that there's this interpolation point. So I created this little extra balcony. This was on one of the older versions of the map too, and I just like giving the player multiple ways to do this shit.
Rip.
Get earthquaked.
Yeah, I got earthquaked. Yeah, this earthquake's gotta get turned down still. Should do that too. Anyways, so I go through here. Stay away or I'll shoot. She's dead. Go through here. Those the glass is broken every time now. Loving that. We'll just let all the earthquakes get out. There we go. Okay, I don't know. Let's make sure this looks right. Nope, it's still fucking doing a flip. I have no idea why it's doing a flip.
Do a cool flip.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. God, and like, look at this pathing. Like, what the hell?
An abomination.
Yo.
From one Canadian to another, I have a gift for you.
What's up?
What is all of this?
I'm posting it in No Mike General. Here's a fried chicken place in BC.
Canadian fried chicken. That's pretty good.
All right.
Oh god.
I'm gonna save this for now so we can check out Casino.
All right.
I'm not joking. That's an actual thing.
How do they operate with like? Wouldn't that be like a violation of copyright? Like, isn't that like similar to like when Nathan Fielder did like dumb Starbucks?
Not
I don't
Starbucks.
personally know. All I know is that I tasted their food, and how do I put this politely?
It's
Imagine just typing in fried chicken recipe on Google and picking the first one.
Oh god. Oh,
PSP melding in the pooling area.
Brutal.
Some prick ass.
Did you ever see these Chinese knockoffs? They're hilarious.
Yes. They're awesome. Sorry, we're talking
Chinese
about
knockoffs of KFC?
No, not just KFC. I mean everything. Everything. Knockoffs of everything.
Oh yeah. I mean, listen. In the words of Ryan Davis, China don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's funny. Me and a friend were looking at a website one time where all of these Chinese things, there were pictures of these Chinese knockouts of everything, and it was really funny because it's either misspelled or like really cheap, and it's so funny.
Yeah.
Whenever I think of knockoffs of anything, I think of the Simpsons episode of KFP.
Oh yeah.
Kentucky Fried Panda. It was fingerlingaling good.
Or there's the Simpsons merchandise that was not official, and one shirt had Bart printed on it. It was Bart, but drawn really badly, and the catchphrase said "Eat pant."
Eat pant.
Yeah, instead of "Eat my shorts." Eat pant.
Oh, then there
Eva
was
Samson, could I borrow your bassoon?
Matt Groening
Oh,
even
then there was the
Matt
Sonic
Groening even
bottom-up backpack.
One second, Jester. What were we saying?
Matt Groening even said that's his favorite knockoff merch.
Oh, wow, that's so good. Bootleg Bart Simpson merch is an art form that needs to come back.
Yeah, it was so awesome.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm 100% sure because I saw there's a Redbubble shirt that has. Hang on, let me find it. I gotta find it for y'all. Red. Okay, here it is. I'm gonna post this in No Mic, and you tell me if you want bootleg Bart Simpson merch to come back. Look at that.
Let's see.
For those of you who are just listening to this,
No, I'm pulling it up. I'm pulling it up.
But for the audience, the shirt is if anyone's seen the Gulf War Bart Simpson shirt where he just says "I was there, dude," and it sucks, and it's a picture of like Baghdad or something. This is a shirt that says "The Black Mesa Incident 2003, Operation Opposing Force," and it's Bart as a HECU soldier, and there's like a snark and a head crab and a hound eye. It's beautiful.
I got one. I can one up you.
Oh, you actually have it on stream. My bad. I didn't
No,
realize.
it's okay. That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Okay.
That is awesome, man.
That's just a classic.
That is the best thing I've ever seen.
Bootleg merch is amazing.
So
it is an art form.
Oh, I win.
Okay, let's see.
You know who wins is this fucking amazing looking ceiling Falsey did in the pool area.
Oh, all right,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Let's pop in.
Holy my God. I saw it this morning. I was just like, holy shit. Like, I know I was bitching about the ceiling for a while, but goddamn.
Wait, is it the same ceiling as we've seen before?
No, it's completely different.
No, it's all been
can I see
completely
it?
redone. Oh.
I'm in a good developer.
Oh, those neon headlights, or the ceiling lights.
Yeah.
That staircase. Holy shit, Falsey.
Groovy.
I think this is still being sorted a little bit, but
still.
Yeah, I think it's just going to end up. If I had to make a guess, it's probably just going to end up looking like, because what he did is, if we go outside, first off, he did this, which is incredible. Some escalators here.
Oh wow.
Please, right. Bro, has showed us escalators at the base?
What's that?
Oh wow!
Holy shit, they run.
Yeah.
That's that good build engine shit right there. Get fucked, Lock Regiment. We got escalators too.
Ooh, that's neat. Actually, no, that's.
Oh, that's all the detail.
I gotta say, I love the snatch. I like the concept of it. It's like the thing.
So good.
It's like the thing by John Carpenter. I really like that.
Okay, I'm gonna remove that. We got
I know
that up a
I'm
little
going
bit.
to be. I know what I'm about to say is going to be quite unpopular, but I personally don't mind that they chose to do a sequel to Duke 3D.
What? Do you mean with Duke Nukem Forever 2011?
Yeah.
Well,
I
it's
don't
not a
mind
sequel. It's barely a sequel. It's just the same thing again.
Yeah.
I don't mind that they chose that. The problem is they properly failed to modernize many of the gameplay concepts.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that last time, right? Where like they just didn't have the time or resources to like successfully modify it. Fuck me, that looks so good, dude.
Ooh, okay, yeah, you won me over on this one.
Holy shit. Also, you did not have to go so hard.
Says you. This is awesome.
Alright, so what we're going to be doing, I don't have a whole lot of time, to be honest with you. But what we're going to be doing is building out some of the combat for this section. And I'm probably going to end up finishing it off stream.
Sounds good.
What are your thoughts on what you would like to do with the combat right now?
I'm going to get started. Oh, get rid of that guy, too. I'm going to get started on it, so I'll show you guys. But basically, so it's going to start. The segment is going to start with. So we need the player to be drawn into here to begin with, right? Because the player needs to come into the pool to get the key card, and then take the key card into here. Use it to open the door, to open up the gates to get into the final areas of the map, right? That's the level flow. So we need something to draw the player into the pool. We already want the player to check out the pool because who doesn't want to fucking check out this giant ass awesome pool, right? But so what we're doing is we're going to take these guys who've spawned in. All of these guys are going to run out of the pool area into here as Duke leaves the elevator. Then there's going to be some snatch to spawn in here to, like, you know, fight as you come into here. You'll take the elevator down into here. Once you get... I'll move this trigger so all those guys spawn properly, probably to, like, here. And then these folks will come shambling at you as you're coming around this corner. And then there's going to be a bunch of dead, sleeping, snatched enemies, and a couple like and like some non-dead snatched enemies, kind of like around the pool area. And then there's going to be at least a toilet gag and a shower gag. And then you'll come through here, come into here, grab the key card. If you get blown off of here, there's going to be snatched down here that fight you. So you have to like kind of like fight them to get out, kind of deal. And then as you're coming out of here, EDF are going to come in to attack you from the different sides of the pool.
I have okay. Here's my opinion in general about that back area. I think the back area would be fitting for a secret more than the key card. I think favoring that when it comes to exploration would be nice. Putting the keycard somewhere in the bathroom area would probably be better if we're gonna warn people around the specific part of the map.
So
and if someone else wants to explore, they can do this. Because I don't think it's a bad area. I just don't like the keycard being there, I guess.
Why? Because it's just so far away from the point in which you use it?
Yeah, from the rest.
So the idea was to have like entries in these easy mails. Actually, it might already be set up. Yeah. No, you just copied over the ones from the previous one. Okay, whatever. Anyways, there's supposed to be an email in the system that says like, oh hey, you know, make sure you go shut off the power to the wave pool or something like that, and that's sent to this lady or sent to the technician like back into here to go disable it. And he just so happened to be the one who had the security key card as well.
Otacon, you and Falsey are primarily the ones on Casino, right?
Yeah, it's been in a lot of people's hands, but yes.
Okay, all right.
Falsey's been working a lot. Falsey is the one who did all of this. Chubarda built a lot of the interior of here, and then Falsey updated it.
I speak no hypothetical.
Sorry, Chu built this, and then I touched it up a little bit. And then I built out the rest of the casino. Like, some of this stuff was already here, but I built out and added to a lot of it. I did detail passes and stuff like that over it. You guys saw me do a lot of it on stream, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
Added the combat encounters and stuff like that to here. I could finally do what I wanted to do for the ending here, too. But yeah. So it's been a mixed bag as far as who's worked on it.
Did you show off the pool already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Howdy. Yep. Let's just get into that.
I speak no.
What was that, Falsey?
I was away from keyboard when you did that.
Gotcha.
Go figure.
No, we're
you posted it, and then I was like, "Oh, gotta check it out right now."
Keyboard, what were you saying?
I speak no hyperbole when I say that this is the only video game project outside of my control that I am interested in.
Yeah, this is definitely top of my list too.
Because my project is, of course, highly personal to me.
Actually, yeah.
But this one is honestly the first time in a very long time I am genuinely interested in a video game that would eventually be coming out.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, Doom 2016 was great. It was wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
But that was expected.
What was that?
It was expected that Doom 2016 would come out.
I don't know about that. I mean, I feel like Doom 2016 was a very unsure thing for a long time. I mean, that game started development in like, what, 2007?
Was in development hell for a long time. And,
yeah.
For the longest time, it was this like
Call of
let's say
Duty thing.
Call of Duty. I like
Honestly,
the Call of Duty.
Hot take. I would have played the Call of Duty Doom game because, like, I don't know, the idea of Call of Duty, but you're fighting demons, is kind of sick as hell to me. I don't know if I just had brain poisoning, but like, I don't know. That sounds kind of dope. Anyway, continue.
And yeah, I mean, interesting concept, but id Software didn't feel it.
No.
At some point, and they just said,
if anyone wants to leak the Doom 4 build, hit me up on Discord.
The Glory Kill survived, and the Shotgun did survive too. That's those two things show up in Doom 2016. Because the Glory Kill was in the Call of Duty Doom.
Yep.
But only, but it was very slow.
Oh yeah, much slower.
Yeah, and the Shotgun.
The reason why I said it was expected to come out was because ZeniMax dumped way too much money into its software.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And not get a project and not get a game out of it, even if it was terrible.
Yeah, like eventually a game called Doom would have come out.
However, this one, there was no guarantee at all that it would have came out. None.
I mean, like, honestly, prior to May 10th, my friends were just like, why are you just still obsessed with this game that you're never going to get to play? Like, I just don't understand it. And then May 10th happened, and it was just like... Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I literally had my friend Kinsey say, like, I guess I gotta give you this one. Like, fucking A, you do. And then, like, since then, it's just been a goddamn roller coaster of just, like, you know, getting involved with this project and, you know, seeing everything come together and, like, you know, rebuilding.
You mean this project? That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I got a bit confused right now.
No. I wasn't working on anything beforehand. I just kind of, I just talked to a lot of people, basically. And yeah. It's just been. You're absolutely right, Keyboard. Like, there was no guarantee we were ever going to see this. In fact, most people would bet we never would. But you know, it's like
I'm proud of what I did before May 9th, May 10th, because I actually went on a campaign spree, trying to get any kind of momentum build to get the game, this build released one way or another.
Yeah, I was contacting developers thinking like, oh, what if I write a book on this? And like maybe that's how, you know, we'll remember this, but yeah.
And I was told repeatedly, abandon all hope.
Yep.
This is never coming out.
Yep.
This is a false hope that you have that you need to get rid of, because this is never happening.
I don't know how many times I saw that GIF on Duke 4 of you know, the GIF from Indiana Jones. It just says "let go." And it's just like, no, I'll never let go. And guess what? I was right.
The problem was that 3D Realms couldn't let go.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
I mean, I read an article about it, and it was called I don't know, it was called something.
Was it the Wired one?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Learn to let go. Yeah.
Learn to let go. Yeah.
That's a very good article.
Yeah, and that's what they couldn't do. You know, just what we were talking about earlier. You know, holding on to things that become poisonous to you.
Mm-hmm. And like, the thing with that article is that like there was actually a effort to get a book made after that article that apparently Broussard killed.
Really?
Yep. Because he didn't feel comfortable talking about it, and they all had like a weird amount of loyalty to him still, so they just never went forward with it, which is really depressing. But I understand how that happens.
Yeah, but somehow I can understand it. Maybe I wouldn't talk about this painful process after all these years.
Yeah.
Opening old wounds.
Oh yeah, no, you definitely have to be reliving trauma to get that book out.
Yeah. And I don't think that's a good thing to do. I think Liquid agrees with me.
Yeah.
Like, let's just say this. Yeah. Like, let's just say this project would go horribly wrong, and we were to talk about, like, let's say 6 years later, and I wouldn't talk about it if it were a really traumatic experience. And one thing that you shouldn't do is you relive your trauma.
Exactly, yeah.
That's it's not a good thing to do. And so yeah, I can understand why they don't want to talk about it really, and why he is opposed, why he was opposed to that on Twitter. I mean, he was right.
Yeah.
No, he said this build had nothing in it.
Yeah. Yeah, he said it was just spattering of test levels that were barely populated.
And I mean, hey, when you work 10 years on a game, I'm sure it very much like doesn't represent what was like in 2000. Like we know it doesn't represent what was in 2003. We know it doesn't represent what was in 2011. You know what I mean? So.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean they were working on that for 10 straight years, and yeah, so I can understand why someone would say no, I don't want to talk about it for a book.
No, for sure.
And yeah, and George just pretty much moved on with his life, and I think that's cool.
Yeah.
He's happy. He's happy not doing games anymore. And why not? At one point, if you feel that's not the thing you're going to do for like forever, fine, do something else. I think that's okay.
Which is fair. But I'm still proud about myself for, even before the leak happened, trying my best to campaign to try to get something out.
I bet you that all of these NPCs need to have their. Wow, this stall is just pitch dark. I bet you that these folks need to have their safety radius disabled.
Okay.
Because the safety radius is trying to prevent an NPC from spawning within anything, if anything's within 128 units of it. Where is that under?
Should be in AI, if I recall correctly.
I like to set it
there
at like
needs
16.
To be a light sourcing pass on the bathroom half of the dressing room, because it's a lot of unsourced lighting in there still.
Oh, speaking of books, I really want to get this FPS book that came out.
It's fucking amazing. It's so good. If you're talking about the Bitmap Books one, it is so goddamn good. I was posting excerpts from it for like a week straight in like both the community Discord and the development Discord.
We were even like asking him questions to like look up like obscure games in it to see if they were actually in it.
Let me get the tome out.
Yeah.
like an old wizard getting the tome of spells.
Seriously. Like, honestly, if I had the space for it, I would have a lectern and just have that book on it 24/7.
Maybe I set up.
I think I want to give it to myself for my birthday next month.
Oh yeah.
Right on.
And it's not that expensive. I expected it to be more expensive, but the price is okay with me.
Yeah, the price was a little high for me because euros to Canadian dollars is brutal. But it was worth every penny.
Yeah, in euros it's a bit cheaper than in dollars, sure. Yeah, but I think it's a thick book, right? It's a
It's
lot.
very thick. It is a thick beast.
Let's try this.
Nice. That's gonna look good on my shelf as well, and also a lot to read. And
If you get
I
the
mean, I love books about gaming and gaming culture and stuff like that. And something like this is something that I always wanted to know. Just a book about
It was too
FPS.
tight of a space for him, apparently. Sorry, Ruben. How about this guy? Yeah! That guy worked. How about this guy? He worked, but there's
wow,
not a
that's
good spot for him.
That's a good surprise gag.
Oh.
If you get,
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah.
Jester, if you get the collector's edition, it's about the size of like
Damn it.
a video card box. Like
Yeah.
it is massive.
Nice.
I like move him back here. Maybe.
I'll tell you, Lino. Yeah, this is full CSAN, the second last chapter. Yeah.
Let's see if that does it.
I mean, that book is like it was made for me.
Yeah, that's what I said in my review on their website. Is like this feels like a book that's like laser targeted at me and like people like me.
Okay, he didn't gib this time.
Hey, that's
Maybe you
progress.
can't open up the door. Oh, that one works. I gotta turn him around that way. Whoa! Was that him? That was him. He can walk through that.
I think next year.
Okay,
John
that's still a
Romero's
good
book
bit.
comes out.
Yeah.
What was that?
Next year, John Romero's book comes out, which I really want to read.
Oh.
Yeah, Doom guy.
I thought he was gonna be named John Romero once to make you read his book.
Missed opportunity.
Suck it down. No, read it
Read
down.
it down.
John Romero's gonna make you read this book. Read it down.
I know he hates the moment because he claims, I don't know if there is ground with it or not, he claims that it wasn't is the shit decision to make that ad.
He gave his okay, but he didn't really know what was in it.
Yeah.
What's it gonna be?
Yeah, and then Mike Wilson then left to form Gathering Developers.
Yep. There has been some emails. The emails have been leaked between Mike Wilson and Romero.
Really?
Yeah, there was some beef after that, and
Oh yeah. No, they had hardcore beef.
yeah, they were really going at each other's throat at the time.
There's 3 pictures I'm trying to find right now. I found it. I'm posting them on No Mike General.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh yeah, the Doom 3 box. That's such a good bit.
Someone was hardcore messing with him that day.
Yep.
I would have Romero sign a copy of Daikatan for me.
If I still had my box Daikatana, I would, but I lost like 90% of my boxes in a move years ago.
Oh.
Why is it that you always lose so much stuff when moving? I don't get it. You know, every time I moved, half of my stuff was gone.
Yeah, no, it's a fucking constant thing. Lino, the first slice covers all of the Lady Killer up to Las Vegas Boulevard.
Yep.
Oh, hey, Liquid.
Yeah?
Yeah, we talked about the bug I was having with those sinks, right?
No.
The stream of water that comes out of the faucet doesn't appear like up against the model. Like it's weird. You know, the sink bowl model.
Oh, so if we have it like this, it doesn't render properly?
Yeah, like have like one sink that's just the brush one and one that has the model insert in it.
So like get rid
You'll
of
see
this is
them
what you're
pop
talking.
out.
Whoa! It crashed the editor.
Let that. No, I don't want to make that joke. That joke's ruined.
Oof.
I'll just pop in. I really gotta get going, so we'll just check
Yeah,
this out
I
and then.
should eat food soon.
And I have to read Rocket Jump too.
Yeah, you should rocket jump. Everyone should rocket jump.
Okay, so
If you want to be horribly depressed about 90s FPS development, that's the book for you.
oh, what the heck?
But you said it's a great addition to Masters of Doom.
Oh yes, very much so.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, like I don't know if that's something you can disable or enable or whatever.
I wonder if we can like layer. I wonder if it's just a layering thing.
Yeah, but
like
as long as you know about it.
Yeah, no, good call, because I was
Yeah.
just turning them on and I had no idea.
Yeah.
So let's see here. What if I
Ooh.
like take this and then?
Lino would like to get his copy of Quake for Saturn signed by Romero. That'd be cool. That's a really interesting port. It's like more
The
of a
Doom one is a
remake
Doom one.
of a Quake for Saturn.
Yeah,
You
actually.
know, I
picked up a
talked to him. I talked to him once on Facebook, and he's a really nice guy.
Oh yeah, I've exchanged emails with him before.
My all-time favorite Saturn port is Duke 3D.
Yeah,
So
that Saturn port is wild.
That is rock solid Duke Nukem, baby.
Have you seen any details, videos, or what the likes about the Doom for SNES?
Oh yeah, Digital Foundry's done a few.
Super Nintendo
Yeah.
Doom sucks. If that was the
sucks, but
only
it's
way to play
impressive.
Doom, I get it. But
it was so impressive for what it did at the same time. Like the SNES should not have been able. Like when you consider that the SNES is about as powerful as an Apple II, like
Oh wow.
Doom should not have run at all on that. And the fact that Randy got it running, like that is one of the rare good Randys, Randy Linden.
Isn't that the port that Rebecca Heinemann was supposed to
No,
do?
No, that's 3DO.
that's yep.
Yeah, which oh god, I feel so bad for her for that one. Although she did
Yeah.
get out the door. If you're interested in Doom 3DO, Bad Game Hall of Fame has an amazing interview with Rebecca Heinemann that I highly recommend everyone watch. It's such a good interview. And then there's also a great article on it too. I will link those in No Mic. Because
Here's a fun bit of trivia for you. Sega Saturn could have been very different.
oh yeah.
Sega Saturn could have instead have used 3DO's M2 hardware instead.
Really?
Yes, there was a deal bubbling in the background, circa '95, that fell through. That Sega was going to be using M2 hardware instead of their home.
Holy shit.
So,
That's fascinating, actually, because I thought they offered. I know they offered 3DO hardware to Sony. I didn't know they offered it to Sega though, especially the M2 hardware. That's wild.
and Sega almost bit. Instead, relying on their own hardware instead. However, if they went with 3DO's M2, which all they need to do was hand out dev kits and slap a console case around it and kick it out the door, they would have made everything that generation look medieval.
Well, yeah, and like for those who don't know, the M2 hardware was like incredibly like powerful for the time. Like it was it was close to Dreamcast spec. So like Sega would have been ahead of the game if they went with M2. I wonder if that's like the licensing, like the royalties, like fucked them or something.
Um, 3DO got hesitant because the one thing that the linchpin of the deal was that Sega would have been the only one to use that hardware.
I mean, that's fair.
Sega wanted to be the only one with the hardware, and no other company
Wow.
could have access to it. And if I remember correctly, that's the reason why it died.
Well, they sold it to Matsushita, right?
Yes.
And then they were going to make the M2, which was originally going to be an accelerator. Then it became an actual system by itself. Yeah, man.
The accelerator part died while it was still in 3DO's hands.
Oh, okay. So when they sold it to Matsushita, that's when it became a dedicated console?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
However, Panasonic lost faith in it after seeing Sega's Dreamcast on the horizon, and they pretty much went, well, we've already lost before we can even get the damn thing out, so just sell it as a arcade machine and a coffee dispenser.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely fair. Because, like, if they had shipped in 97, they would have had a killer system. If they shipped in 98, it would have been far too late. Because, like, yeah, the Dreamcast was more powerful than it, but, like, yeah, the M2...
Just to put the specs in perspective, N64, roughly, could do around 160,000 polygons per second with the works enabled.
Filtering, all that.
This could do 500,000
Yep.
with the works enabled.
It was very powerful, and it's a damn shame that, like, the only thing that ended up using it was some arcade games, and those arcade games are actually really impressive for the time, but...
That's why I made a throwaway joke about how we should just they sold it as an arcade machine and a vending machine as well.
They use it for some edutainment or like e-commerce things.
They did some weird stuff with that in order to get the money's worth out of it.
Well, similar to how like they sold the Jaguar CD shells for like dental trays, right?
It was just regular Jaguar cases.
Oh, really? Not just the Jaguar CD? That's interesting.
No, it was just regular Jaguar, and it was for, I think, an X-ray machine.
Wow.
Alrighty, guys, I gotta get out of here. So I am calling it for today. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and hanging out today. Yeah, keep it easy.
Good speaking, everyone.
Baby.